Good evening and welcome to Labatt Memorial Park here in London, Ontario, Canada, where the sun just started making a lovely appearance here today. I'm your host, Justin Koehler with MajorsTV, and we're incredibly excited to have you here at the ballpark with us tonight. Should be a really good matchup, a whole lot of fun, and the Majors have been having a bit of fun as of late as well, and a bit of a tear over their past few games. They're currently 4 for their last 5 and have scored over 30 runs during that stretch as well. So they're hoping to keep some of that magic going today, as well as they take on the Brantford Red Sox, who are here in town. The two teams have met a couple times during the season so far, but the Majors have had the benefit of coming out on top in both instances, going 2-0 against them so far. So lots to look forward to. Should be a great matchup, and the Majors are also currently celebrating Shake Day here at the ballpark as well. So lots to look forward to. Should be a lot of fun and a great matchup. And so without any further ado, let's send it up to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box. And gentlemen, very happy to see the sun make an appearance here today.
Thank you, Justin. And indeed, the sun is out here in London as we welcome you up to the Game Day London broadcast booth here for the BP8 Fitness pregame show. Functional training for everybody. Dylan, it looks to be a great day for baseball. We were unsure with some of the weather moving through today. We're going to get this game in, and the sun is out and shining, as Justin mentioned.
It's a gorgeous day right now, Noah, and like you mentioned, we were worried about it earlier. There were overcast skies. There were some raindrops falling a little bit, but it's really turned into a perfect night for baseball and a great time for these fans here.
Dylan, let's go back and chat quickly about the Majors' last game. Monday afternoon, Monday evening, heading into dusk hour, Canada Day matchup against the Barrie Bay Cats, and London walks away with what is a very big win for them, working their way into this middle part of the season.
Absolutely it was, Noah. That's a huge statement game for the Majors. It was reflected in the IBL power rankings with the Majors being moved up to second place this week in the rankings. It's a big victory over a team that was very close to them in the standings. Separated by just one win. If Barrie won that game, they would have overtaken the Majors, but London was able to put their foot down and win that contest on Monday night in front of really a massive, massive crowd. One of the biggest I've ever seen in my time with the Majors, an 8-3 victory where really everything was going right for London. The offense clicked when it needed to. The pitching was stellar throughout the ball game as well.
London got some great pitching performances on that Canada Day win, including from Christian Coombs, who our Justin Koehler had a chance to talk to pregame today.
So I'm here with pitcher Christian Coombs. Christian, right off the bat, how's your day going so far?
It's going good. At the ballpark, so we're having a good time.
Same answer Roop always gives. I love it. So right off the bat, for those who don't know, you're kind of one of the local players here on the Majors, and you actually played on the St. Thomas team just within the past year as well. So what's it like not only being so close to where you grew up, but also being able to play for a team that you yourself used to actively watch?
Oh, it's awesome because I get to get all my stuff in, like practice and all that, and be close to home and I don't have to worry about that. But also getting to play for this team has been awesome because, I mean, obviously I've watched this team growing up, and it's cool to see who you looked up to before and now you're playing for them, so that's awesome.
Just a whole different perspective almost, too, just kind of watching versus participating, which is really awesome. So talking a little bit about your game, you've played in both a starter role and out of the bullpen in relief, too. So for those at home who maybe don't know a lot of the differences, can you just go over how you prep differently for a starting role versus in the bullpen?
Right. So in between starts, I'd say you need more recovery. Obviously, you throw a lot more pitches, so the days in between, you might throw with not as much intent, or you might work out a little bit less. But when I'm in a bullpen role, I can kind of go more aggressive in the weight room and as well with the throwing and more intent, because I know I'm only going to throw an inning or two.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It kind of lines up with how you see kind of your regular starters versus relievers and just how they throw their pitches, their repertoire, that sort of thing as well. So that makes a lot of sense. And last question for you. You're not only one of the local players on the team, but one of the youngest ones as well at 22. So when you're talking to guys like Cleveland or like Byron, some of the veterans on the team, what would you say is the biggest piece of advice that you've gotten from one of the guys on the team here?
I'd say definitely just take things slow yourself down. It's a long season, so just trying to bulldog everything isn't always the right option. Sometimes you got to take a step back and kind of just breathe so that you know you can relax and do the right thing.
That's fair. Great point, because sometimes it's kind of easy to fall into looking at it in short bursts, and sometimes you just got to look at the big picture a little bit. So great piece of advice for life, too, in general. So thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box to continue with the rest of our pregame show.
Welcome back to the BP8 Fitness pregame show here in London on Majors TV as we walk you towards the start of this ball game here tonight on this Friday night. The London Majors getting announced out onto the field. It's the Brantford Red Sox, their opponent tonight, Dylan. 8-13 record on the season, much improved over a year ago already, and this team, when they play their game, they are a tough team to beat. They stick right with you.
They absolutely are, Noah. This Brantford Red Sox team had a tough start to the year. They started the year a little bit slow, but recently they've really picked things up. 4 out of their last 7 games, they have won, including a pair of games over the Barrie Baycats. Over the last stretch, they had 3 games against the Barrie Baycats between June 26th and June 30th, and they won 2 of those 3. So there were a lot of victories for the Brantford Red Sox there against top team in the standings, including a victory over the Guelph Royals on Canada Day. So they've certainly made a statement as of late showing that they can not only win, but they can beat really good teams as well. And they'll be looking to do that here tonight. We'll talk about the pitching matchup in just a little bit, but the Majors have had a little bit of trouble with Brantford and their pitching staff in the past. This will be a really interesting contest.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one today as the London Majors finish getting introduced out onto the field. The Red Sox, a team that have come out and they have competed game after game so far this season. And this is a team that, you know what, when you looked at the Red Sox from years past and there were some uncompetitive games, it's really good to see.
Absolutely it is, Noah. Getting competitive baseball from Brantford once again this season is really a great thing for this league, and it was something that the Red Sox internally expected all the way. They were expecting to take a step forward this year, and so far, albeit they're under 500, but they've taken a big step.
Well, we are just moments away from the anthem and first pitch here in London at Labatt Memorial Park. This has been the BP8 Fitness pregame show, functional training for everybody, and we'll be back with the first pitch after this.
Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at Labatt Park Tours.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ithrow.ca.
Anthem's complete, and we are ready for baseball here in London. Thank you for joining us here on Majors TV as the Brantford Red Sox and London Majors do battle once more here in London. Noah Smith, Dylan Baker alongside me for the call tonight. And Dylan, we've got a good one. Let's check out our starting pitcher matchup here for tonight's contest between the Red Sox and the Majors. Some all-stars in the lineup on either side. Victor Payano hoping he is one of them for the Majors this year.
He absolutely is, Noah, and he's got every right to be hoping that he'll be an all-star this year. A 2-1 record on the season and a .210 earned run average. Payano, as of late, has been fantastic on the mound for London. He's been probably one of their best, if not their best starter over the last few starts that he's had. He's got a 9.96 strikeouts per nine this season, 2.36 walks per nine. He's been a guy that Rup Chanardad can turn to every weekend and can expect a quality start out of him.
Red Sox hoping to get on him early here and put the pressure on. Josh Lukanen is the starting pitcher for the Red Sox today, 2-2 with a 4.82 earned run average so far this season. Hoping to bring those numbers down a little bit, but in the Intercounty Baseball League, Dylan, those numbers will keep you in most games, and that's what the Red Sox are hoping for.
They absolutely will, and Josh Lukanen has caused some problems for the Majors already this season. Back in the first game that these two teams played against each other, I believe the date was May 26th, Lukanen, threw 5 innings and did not allow a run against the Majors. He was really terrific in that contest. The Majors ended up getting to the Brantford Red Sox bullpen, but Lukanen was able to keep the offense in check, and the Red Sox are hoping he can do that again here tonight.
Certainly going to do his best. The Red Sox played last night, lost 10-3 in Welland against the Jackfish. They will be back in action in Brantford against those same Jackfish on Sunday. So a 3-game weekend for them, but they do get the day off tomorrow. For the Majors, they will be another 3-game weekend for them. This one, the only home game, though.
Yeah, the Majors are going to be busy this weekend. They're in Welland as well tomorrow, taking on the Welland Jackfish. They'll probably have fireworks after the contest, considering it's a 6:05 start. And then they're in Kitchener on Sunday, taking on the Kitchener Panthers. So a busy weekend for the Majors with a couple of big games. You know, Brantford and Kitchener are near the bottom of the standings in the Intercounty Baseball League, but there are certainly no slouches of teams. They're very good, and they can often put up a pretty big fight, especially against these Majors ball clubs. And then you get the first place Welland Jackfish in between. It's going to be a challenging set of games for the Majors this weekend.
Dylan, as we work into July now, this is where you start to really see what intercounty baseball teams are made of. There's no, hiding behind anything here. You kind of are what you are by the time July rolls around, and we get to see two teams here that they know what they're trying to do. They know what they're trying to accomplish here, and we'll see how they fare tonight as Payano gets ready to toe the rubber here against the Brantford Red Sox. Sun shining here in London. Clouds have cleared. There's some blue skies all over that skyline in center field as the big lefty delivers a strike to the plate, and we are underway at 7:39 tonight.
Just a couple of minutes after scheduled first pitch, Gus Wilson in the batter's box, hitting .286 this season across 21 games, has been a consistent top-of-the-order hitter for the Red Sox over the past number of years.
Ready again, comes to the plate, and that one's just going to miss off the plate. 1-1.
Good fastball there from Victor Payano. He and Eduardo De Olio thought they should have gotten that call, but no dice from the home plate umpire.
Wilson, the right hand bat digging in here, ready for the 1-1 pitch. Payano to the plate, and that one's fouled. Kind of cued off the end of the bat into the screen, and the count will move to 1-2. We will talk frequently over the course of the ball game today about potential all-stars. Voting's still open. If you have not had the chance to do so yet. Curveball to the plate, and Payano got him looking. A strikeout to begin the ball game.
Victor Payano has been racking up the strikeouts over his last number of starts. He's got equal or more strikeouts to his innings pitched over the last few outings this season, and that's really become an indication of when he's dominant and when he's on. At the beginning of the year, he was getting a lot of outs, but he wasn't doing them via the strikeout all that often. Recently, he's really ramped up the strikeouts. A big reason for that is that fantastic breaking ball that we just saw freeze Gus Wilson.
Squaring around a bunt right back to the mound. Payano fields his position perfectly, throw a little bit offline, but Cardoso there. And there are two gone.
Really good play there by Victor Payano. Not an easy one off the bat of Paulos, and Payano fielded it well, made a good throw to first, and Cardoso a good job keeping it there.
Here is a look at the Red Sox lineup. You're already 2 down in the top of the first inning. Wilson and Palos. Kieran Bowles will stroll to the plate now. He's followed by Nick Burdette, Jeremy Veilleux, Graham Tevitt, Jordan Smith. Vahab Desai, and then Jarrett Lupton rounds out the lineup for the Sox tonight. Already talked about the starting pitcher. We will get to see him in the bottom half of the first inning. Grounded to third, but foul. Just at the last moment, took a hop off to the left.
Yeah, Kieran Bowles didn't break out of the box there for the Brantford Red Sox, but it just did end up foul. I thought for a moment, Noah, that it was going to stay fair and it was going to be a problem.
It was closer than I expected for nobody really reacting right away. But it is a foul ball. Payano ahead again here against the 3-hitter Bulls. Curveball, top of the zone for a strike. Bulls checking to make sure that is as high as it will go tonight.
Bulls seemed a little bit surprised by that strike call there from the home plate umpire, but that was a nearly identical pitch to the one that he rung up Gus Wilson on.
Way ahead here, 0-2. Upstairs, they trying to get him to climb the ladder. And no dice. Lefty ready again here on 1-2. Looking for a clean top of the first inning. Curveball swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts here on the top of the first inning, and Victor Payano's got himself a great start to this Friday night.
That was once again the same curveball from Victor Payano. He loves to go to it. He's been working it well recently, and he'll go to it in any count, any situation. Obviously right there looking for it as a put-away pitch. It wasn't buried in the dirt or anything. It was in the strike zone, and Kieran Bowles couldn't make any contact with it. So a 3-up, 3-down first for Victor Payano. The perfect start to this ballgame.
So the London Majors, quick and clean. Top half of the first inning. We'll head to the bats here. Let's check out the home lineup here for the London Majors tonight. Dylan, a lot of familiar names in familiar spots here again for Roop Chanderdat's lineup.
Yeah, definitely, Noah. There are a couple of changes. Gibson Krasminski is hitting in the leadoff spot. We haven't seen that in the last little while. He's at second base. Tristan Osika draws back in. It's a big positive for the Majors because Osika did not play at all last weekend. Caden Cardoso looking to extend the hitting streak, Noah, to 20 games this season. He's been fantastic all year long for the Majors. Starling Joseph, Eduardo De Olio, Byron Reichstein, 4, 5, and 6. As we've come to expect this season, it's going to be those 4 really, going up to Cardoso in the 3 spot. The order can vary depending on the ball game. Cleveland Brownlee DHing, batting 7th. Victor Plaz in the 8th spot at third base. And Champ Garner batting 9th in center field.
Rounds out the Majors lineup here tonight as they get ready to face the righty that, Dylan, you mentioned in our starting pitcher talk, it has given the Majors fits so far this season.
Yeah, and this is a guy the Majors manager Roop Chanderdat mentions is one of the better Canadian pitchers in the Intercounty Baseball League. It was actually May 19th that these two teams played, and he allowed 1 run on 3 hits over 5 innings, only struck out 1 batter, and only walked 1 batter. Strikeouts aren't really the thing for Josh Laukkanen. He has struck out 34 batters across 41 innings, but he's been a very successful pitcher, just pitching to contact and generating a lot of weak contact. That ERA is inflated because of 1 bad start against the Kitchener Panthers on June 28th, where he gave up 8 runs. But across the board, the rest of his starts, the most he ever gave up was 4, and for the most part, he was living around that 2 to 3 run area.
Gruzminski comes to the plate now in the leadoff spot today. Dylan, I don't know if our cameras picked it up there in between innings, but first base umpire Justin Snively ran off the field, and then moments later I saw the lights come on. I don't know if they felt things were too dark out there. Certainly didn't feel like it up here in the booth.
No, I don't think so, but perhaps the umpire was just trying to get ahead of it.
Get ahead of things here, I guess. New LEDs installed over the offseason here. They don't take any time at all to warm up, so certainly not an issue here. As the first pitch strike is called on the outside edge. Went with the fastball to begin the at-bat here.
It's pretty funny, Noah, going back to the lights on Canada Day after the fireworks. The park was all dark, and then those lights just shot on quickly, and everybody had a big groan on the field.
You have no time to get yourself acclimated with the lighting. These LEDs, they just fire right up. Home plate umpire and crew chief tonight is Rob Stevenson. Steve Cochran is at third, and as mentioned, Justin Snively at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He's going to miss low in the zone, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Lokinen looks to the plate here, and that one missing again. 3-1 to the Majors leadoff hitter.
Gibson Kuzminski, one of several Majors hitters batting over 300 this season with an on-base percentage of .388. So he'll take his fair share of walks, has 8 of them this year to equal a strikeout total.
Pitch from Laukinen catches the outside corner. Moves the count to full here.
Crowd was hoping for ball 4 there, did not get the call. Pretty close pitch, but it goes the way of the pitcher.
Ready again as he grabs his sign, comes to the plate, and that one is fouled off. Kuzminski just getting a piece of that one at the plate.
Yeah, it wasn't obvious from up here. No. We didn't see a signal from the home plate umpire, so a slight hesitation.
Nobody's running. Nobody is moving too quick, so that's all the sign I need. Count will stay at 3-2. On the ground, up the middle. Long way to go. Got to be quick with it. Throw over to one in time with the reach. Is Smith at first base, and there's one gone.
Good play over there at second by Lupton, ranging over to his right. Makes the play on the backhand on a slowly hit ground ball. He kind of had to hurry. He took a route to it where he didn't cut the baseball off. He didn't come towards it. He waited for it to come to him, which meant he had to unload a quick throw. He did just that, and a great job by Smith digging that one out and ensuring that they recorded the first out of the ball game.
Tristan Osika now takes a healthy cut at that first pitch fastball. Laukinen ready with his sign again, and will miss off the plate here with the fastball.
Osika's been off to a hot start to his London Majors career. He's got a .348 batting average across 8 games this season, 3 runs batted in, and trying to add on to that here.
Fouls one off here. Count to 1-2 here on Osika. Cardoso on deck here for the Majors. One gone to begin this bottom half of the first inning. Some fans still rolling up the ramps here into Labatt Park here on a gorgeous Friday night. As a swing and a miss upstairs with the fastball, Osika down on strikes.
Good fastball there from Josh Laukinen, climbing the ladder on Tristan Osika and getting the chase. Only the 3rd strikeout for Osika this season across now 9 games played. Laukinen's career high in a ball game for strikeouts is 8. That came in an 18-5 victory over the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. He's not a guy who racks up the strikeouts a lot. He maxed out at 3 over his last 3 starts, but certainly a guy who's able to climb the ladder with a good high fastball. He's got a good breaking ball as well, can put hitters away when he needs to.
So here is Caden Cardoso. We have already mentioned once in the broadcast that hitting streak that he is running on here into this ball game. 19 straight. Didn't wait very long on Canada Day, Dylan, to get that hit. And now he's going to attack the second pitch of the at-bat here into center field. Hit streak will reach 20 for Caden Cardoso.
Just as we were mentioning how he didn't take very long on Canada Day to extend that hitting streak, he does it right here. 20 games. Unbelievable for Caden Cardoso. He has hit in every single game this season for the Majors. He continues to be impressive, and he continues to be worthy of an all-star nod.
Gets himself aboard here for Starling Joseph with 2 gone in the first inning. As the Majors look to keep things going here with 2 outs. Cardoso aboard with the first hit of the ball game. And now this one fouled back off the bat of Joseph.
Some good sharp break on that last offering from Laukinen. Looked like it was going to be in the strike zone and in the wheelhouse of Starling Joseph, and at the very last moment it tailed away from him, which led to a foul ball off the end of the bat.
Laukinen checks back to first over his shoulder. Cardoso got an extra step on that lead, and now he's going to go. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Throw down to 2, not in time. That's a stolen base for Cardoso.
Caden Cardoso now has 5 stolen bases on the season. He got a great jump on that last pitch, and it feels like every time that Cardoso steals a base, he's got a very, very good jump. He's not been caught this season. He's not a guy who's going to be going every single time he reaches base. He picks his spots really, really well, and another example of that right there, getting himself into scoring position with 2 away.
He got a really good jump there. About another step or two than he would normally be off first base, and I'm surprised Laukkanen didn't even just step off to reset him. That pitch will miss outside. Count goes to 1-2. I think even Cardoso was surprised. He took that extra second hop out there at first base, and then there was no pick, so he stayed out there and was able to steal second with ease. Called strike 3 on the inside edge. Laukkanen doesn't care. And he sits down the Majors here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 hit but no runs for the Majors here in the first. We've got no score here in London on Majors TV.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Back here at the Fork of the Thames in downtown London. Red Sox and Majors doing battle here tonight. And Victor Payano back out to the mound after a clean top half of the first inning. We welcome you aboard here. Great shot there at many of the fans in attendance today. It's no Canada Day crowd, Dylan, but London Majors faithful out here on a gorgeous night to watch some baseball.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what team that is. No, I think it's the Milton Mets. That's my guess. I'm not 100% sure, but potentially a tournament happening this weekend. Not sure what it would be.
It is not a local team, to my knowledge.
No, so. there is a tournament next weekend. The London Talons tournament is next weekend. The Badgers tournament's earlier in June, so not sure what's going on this weekend. But I did see Cleveland Brownlee Jr. show up in his full Tin Caps uniform today.
Is there not Talons tournaments 2 weekends in a row, or does that start next weekend?
That starts next weekend.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure what's going on this weekend.
Well, we'll have to try and find that out and see who we have in attendance today. Payano ready to begin this second inning as that first pitch will miss upstairs. Two strikeouts in the first inning for Payano, as that one's fouled back to the screen. Good healthy cut there.
You mentioned, Noah, 2 strikeouts in the first for Victor Payano, matched by Josh Laukkanen when he went out there. Payano really went to that breaking ball very effectively. He caught Gus Wilson looking at it and then got a swing and a miss from Kieran Bowles.
Burdett, the lefty here. Tough matchup as the curveball breaks away from him there, but he doesn't bite. 2-1.
Burdett, an IBL veteran with lots of tenure, batting .217 this season. Has 2 long balls, 13 runs batted in. Has been around the Red Sox for quite some time.
Still a dangerous bat that you have to watch out for. Now he's going to rip one into the right center field gap. That one's going to bounce up against the sign in right center. Played well and into second base with a lead-off double is Burdett. And right on cue, you talk about the dangerous bat that he possesses here. That one stays in the yard, but he's got himself in scoring position to open up the inning.
Yeah, Nick Burdett proving us right away, right? He swung out that ball and drove it a long ways to right center field. It wasn't going to leave the ballpark by any means, but gave Byron Reichstein quite the run. It was hit very, very hard off the bat, and now he's in scoring position to kick off this second inning.
First pitch fastball, bottom of the zone, as Veilleux pulled back on the bunt. They're going to look to try and see if they can move Burdett over here. Corners for the Majors, Plaz and Cardoso. In even with the bags. Cardoso even a couple more steps in over at first base. Curveball, no chase. Didn't square around either. 1-1.
Yeah, interesting to see what the Red Sox do here with Veilleux at the plate. Veilleux, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. That's a spot you're looking for some damage to be done. But they understand the runs are going to be hard to come by against Payano, so everybody's up for a sacrifice if it's needed.
Payano checks back. Now deals to the plate again. This one popped up. Long run for Cardoso, but this one's going to find its way 2 rows into the seats down the line. A foul ball.
Love the effort there from Caden Cardoso. A long chase down the right field line. Wasn't going to come up with it, but still gave it a good look just in case he could make the catch and get his pitcher a big out.
Finally has made his way back towards first base as Payano gave him an extra half second there. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Payano went back to the heat and got him to swing right through it.
Didn't look like his four-seam fastball there, Noah, but was certainly a fastball with a little bit of a late break, and that got the chase there from Jeremy Veilleux. A well-placed, well-executed pitch for a big first out. That's pretty much exactly what you want in this spot. You got a runner in scoring position. Getting a strikeout right away is huge.
Trying to see if he can work out of this leadoff double. Curveball. It was a bit up, and DeOlio couldn't catch it. Had he been able to hold on to it, maybe we could have seen it get called at the top of the zone. Checks back at Burdett again at second. Now delivers. Back to the curveball and on the board with a strike.
I mentioned in the first inning, Payano's not afraid to use that curveball in any count, and he proves that right there. 1-0. Well, first pitch of the at-bat, he started with the curveball, then falls behind 1-0, delivers a curveball again. This time it finds the zone.
This one fought off the end of the bat, dropped into right field. Reichstein coming on and not going to have a throw as Burdett is in to score the game's opening run.
A stroke of luck there for the Brantford Red Sox and Graham Tebbett. He did not hit that baseball hard at all. Cardoso playing near the line and a little bit in, protecting against the bunt attempt. And the second baseman, Gibson Krasminski, was tasked with holding on the runner Burdett over at second base. So he was shaded closer towards the second base bag. Nobody could really reach that baseball. It gets through into right field, and it wasn't hit very hard, which meant it was a long run for Byron Reichstein. Everything kind of fell into place for the Red Sox on that last play and allows them to get on the board first.
Now this one hit on the ground over to third base. Plaz, throw to 2, back to 1. Not in time. Stretch from Cardoso, not enough, and Smith runs it out.
Good play there from Victor Plaz and Gibson Krasminski for that matter. Really everybody on that play. A very slowly hit ground ball once again. Plaz knew he had to hurry. Noah, to be honest, I never really thought they had any shot at turning 2, but it was a lot closer than I expected it to be. Plaz on the run to his left, continues with his momentum to second base. Good strong throw to first from Gibson Krasminski, but because of how slowly that ball was hit, Smith beats it out.
Very slow to develop as Payano gets ahead. First pitch on the inside corner. Two hits in the inning here for the Sox and a 1-0 lead. There's that curveball again. and it's 0-2.
Payano's got a feel for that curveball tonight. He's really liking the way that pitch is being thrown. He's been effective with it over his last number of starts, but today especially, he is going back to that well very, very often, and it's been working.
0-2, way ahead in the count. Here's Payano. Back to it again, strike 3. Got Desai looking to end the inning, but the Red Sox strike for 1 here in the top of the second inning. It's a Nick Burdett leadoff double coming in to score on the Graham Tebbett single to right field. The 1-0 Red Sox lead.
What a fantastic pitch there from Victor Payano. His Majors trail 1-0 in this ball game through no real fault of his own. All the contact in that inning, aside from the Nick Burdett long double, was weakly hit, including the RBI single for Graham Tebbett. Payano was executing his pitches very well, and that curveball looks nasty tonight, Noah. It was the result, or it was the pitch that resulted in a strikeout to end the inning. Already 4 through 2 for Payano.
Payano off to a good start here. Justin Koehler had a chance to check in with manager Roop Chanderdat prior to today's game.
So I'm here with co-owner and GM at Roop Chanderdat. Roop, I know what your answer is going to be, but how's your day going so far?
Phenomenal. Labatt Park, Friday night baseball game. So happy to be here.
Just hoping it doesn't rain at the looks of it right now, so hopefully it stays kind of clear enough for us today. So right off the bat, the Majors have been on a bit of a tear lately, winning 4 of their last 5 and averaging over 7 runs per game during that span as well, so getting a bit more consistent on the offensive front. What's something that you as a coach are seeing it difference-wise versus where they are now in the season versus where they were kind of towards the start of the season or even just a few weeks ago as well?
Competitive at-bats. We're having a lot better at-bats as a group, you know, and different guys are helping us. I mean, obviously the Cardosos of the world are hitting all the time, but other guys are contributing. But more importantly, we're having good at-bats, and it's translating throughout the game.
That's a great point. I know the on-base percentage across the board for the Majors has been pretty stellar so far this season, and it's hard not to talk about Cardoso on a regular basis, too. All that being said, though, teams are always looking to improve. Teams never really plateau or get stagnant. What's something that the Majors are still looking to improve as they get set for the second half of the season?
You know what? We got to find a way to manufacture runs. When the hitting dries up, you know, that means you're not hitting. We got to find a way to produce runs. We've done a good job this year. We always execute hit and runs. We do a lot of that. The bunts, move the runners on. So all the little things, you got to be able to do that consistently if you want to win tight games.
Makes a lot of sense. Kind of got to get a little resourceful in a way as the games go on. So really appreciate your time. Best of luck today. And let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box to continue with the rest of the game.
Welcome back inside here. Bottom of the second inning is Eduardo Deolio strolls to the plate. And a swing and a miss there. Missed one swing. He's 0-2 here.
Yeah, good first pitch fastball from Laukkanen. Gets the swing and a miss from Eduardo Deolio. Then he comes back with a breaking ball, switching up his speeds and varying the timing for the hitters.
Delivery to the plate is going to miss well outside. Easy take for Eduardo Deolio, and it's 1-2.
Good waste pitch there from Laukkanen. Just seeing if Deolio would bite on that breaking ball that broke way too far out of the zone, and no shot from a good hitter like Eduardo.
As a look, pitch to the plate, fouled straight back into the screen, and count will stay where it is.
Deolio this season not hitting quite at the same level in terms of batting average to what he had last year. He's hitting .263 coming into today's ball game, and I was talking with Majors manager Roop Chanderdat a couple of games ago. The focus for him right now is not helping pitchers out. Don't go after every pitch trying to hit a long ball.
Chases that one outside. Great breaking ball there by Laukkanen, and there's one gone.
Good breaking ball from Josh Laukkanen there. Eduardo Deolio helps him out, and he chases that pitch outside the strike zone. And Laukkanen really has it going tonight as well. Both he and Payano with strikeouts in the early going, matching each other on that front. And a really, really good pitch. Some sharp break on that offering. Deolio couldn't counter it.
A quick first down on the strikeout here for Laukkanen. Now he gets to work with the lead after the Sox picked up a run in the top half of this inning.
Laukkanen in that game against the Majors earlier this season was on a pitch limit because it was his first start of the year. He only threw about 60 pitches in that ball game. At this point in the season, he's thrown 41 innings. They're going to let him loose, so if the Majors aren't able to get something going off of him, they'll be seeing a lot of Josh Laukkanen throughout the ball game tonight.
Inside and just inside to Byron Reichstein to even the count up at 1-1.
Reichstein, a guy who has worked a ton of walks this season, 15 walks this year. for Byron up to this point, which is a lot higher of a ratio, a lot higher of a rate for Byron than what we've seen in years past.
Took something off that pitch and got the outside corner. 1-2 on Reichstein. Holds on in that left-hand batter's box. A little bit of a pause there from Laukkanen. Now a swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Laukkanen. There's 2 gone here in the inning.
Laukkanen with 4 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3. Victor Payano had 4 strikeouts through 2 innings of work for the Majors. These 2 arms are on one tonight. They both seem to have every single pitch working. Really good job by Laukkanen changing the speeds. You mentioned that off-speed Noah that caught the outside corner. Gets the foul tip from Reichstein there, and he's got it going on right now in the mound.
That'll bring Cleveland Brownlee to the plate here. Chipper, as always today, saw him walking towards the cage to take some extended BP prior to first pitch as he swings through that off-speed pitch on the outer edge.
Well, I think Cleveland Brownlee Jr. had a ball game today, and Cleveland Brownlee is the coach. They both showed up in their Tin Caps uniforms, and Cleve missed batting practice on the field. He wasn't there for that here this evening, so he had to take a couple of extra hacks in the cage.
Get himself loose and ready. Laukkanen delivers upstairs, didn't get Cleve to chase.
I did get an answer on that Milton team, by the way, Noah, from our good friend Hudson Gagne, who told me that there is a 14 UGLC tournament this weekend, and it sounds like Milton has a team participating.
Swing and a miss from Brownlee. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have seen a number of those young clubs out here so far today. Both local, and as we've learned otherwise. Here's 1-2 delivery from Laukkanen. Fouled straight back by Brownlee just off on that pitch.
Yeah, Cleveland was close on that offering from Laukkanen, lines it straight back to the screen. Looking to tie him up a little bit better here and avoid allowing him to strike out the side.
Laukkanen grabs his sign. The righty goes into the wind up there, and that pitch fouled off down the line. Brownlee staying alive here. Count still 1-2.
Yeah, good battle being put up by Cleveland Brownlee right now. Swung and missed the first 2 strikes. Has fouled off 2 tough pitches since. Trying to get one that he can put in play and make solid contact on.
See what they go with here on 1-2. Again, curveball. No chase. They'll at least look for an appeal down to first base, and Justin Snively says no.
Took a while to get to that appeal. I don't think the home plate umpire, Rob Stevenson, thought it was even particularly close, which meant he didn't want to grant it, but all of a sudden he realized they were asking for one, so asked down to first, and Justin Snively topping said the same thing, no swing.
2-2 now. Swing and a miss on this one. Up in the zone with the fastball, and how about that for a second inning for Laukkanen. Red Sox leading 1-0 after 2 here in London. 3rd inning coming up next here on Majors TV.
Back here on Majors TV on a beautiful Friday night. Noah, it's been a pitcher's duel so far, and you made an interesting observation to me during the break.
12 possible outs through the first 2 innings. 9 strikeouts for these 2 pitchers combined. Is that good?
I think that's pretty good, Noah. 75% of the outs have been strikeouts. That's
we got
impressive.
a Luke and Illiton Athletics shout out.
Oh, boy. Noah's loving that.
If you're going to call out when you see the Talons, I get to be excited about the Athletics.
Absolutely.
That's just how it works here on the show.
For those who are unaware, I grew up playing London Talons baseball. Noah grew up playing Luke and Illiton Athletics baseball. So we've got our allegiances to our local associations here in London when they come out to the ballpark.
Not to show my age or anything, but it wasn't even the Athletics before that. They were back in, it was the Luke and Irish and the Ilderton Red Sox.
Interesting. 2 separate associations.
It was. It always had been until I was, I don't know, maybe into my bantam year.
Really?
And by that time, I was not playing within the organization anymore.
First pitch of Jarrett Lupton is in there for a strike from Victor Payano. 9-1-2 due up in the top of the 3rd inning for the Majors left-hander. 0-1 home. That one's through the hole on the left side, and it's a leadoff base hit for Lupton, putting a leadoff base runner on for the Red Sox.
Second straight inning now that the Red Sox have had the leadoff man on. It was Burdette who led off the second with a double to right field. This time it's Lupton who singles, but nonetheless they've got the leadoff man on for 2 straight innings here.
Brantford trying to cash the leadoff man just as they did back in the second. It'll be to the top of the order again for Gus Wilson, who struck out looking on a good breaking ball in his first trip. First pitch from the lefty Payano. Squaring around a bunt as Wilson. Pitches high for ball 1. The 3rd guy now, I believe, Noah, that has squared around at least. Veilleux squared around, didn't get one down at all. Paulos got one down in the first inning, and now Wilson's squaring around as well.
Well, these Sox not afraid to play small ball if needed.
1-0 on the ground. Going to be a tough play. Charging hard. Osika. Throw to first on the run is not in time. Throw to second from Cardoso. And they won't get Lupton there. So a couple of weekly hit baseballs have the Red Sox in business. 2 on with nobody out.
Well, that ball was not hit hard at all. Kind of came off third base side of the mound, and nobody really was going to have a great play on that. It was actually Osika who came in and had the best shot at it, I thought, but he was playing a little far back and wasn't going to have a chance at that one no matter what. Rube Chanard's going to come out here. And now I wonder, because at first, Dylan, I thought that might have been off the foot of the batter, Gus Wilson. And I don't know if he's coming out here to chat about that or if he's coming out to talk to the pitcher.
I think he's just trying to calm Victor Payano down a little bit. He looked a little frustrated.
I got a little excited there, that's all.
He got a little frustrated after that last swing because he's been generating a lot of weak contact, right? No, the only hard hit baseball was off the bat of Nick Burdette, yet the Red Sox lead 1-0 and they've got 2 on in this inning. So I think the message from Majors manager Rube Chanada right now is just, hey, relax. You're executing your pitches. Eventually it's going to go your way.
There's only so much you can do, and if you're generating weak contact here, that's about as good as you can ask. 4 strikeouts. There's 4 hits up on the board for the Red Sox now, but as you mentioned, Burdette's hit, the only one that was really hit hard. You can make a small argument for Lupton's leadoff single that got into the outfield at least. But Gus Wilson's hit didn't really make it to the infield dirt. And the single to score the run back in the second, it only made it to the outfield because the Majors were playing towards the line.
Yeah.
And playing towards second base. It wasn't hit very hard.
So 2 on, nobody out for Ethan Paulos, who, as mentioned, bunted in his first trip to the plate, grounded out to pitcher Victor Payano. We'll see if he's squaring around here for a sacrifice. Majors have the wheel play on. Paulos does not square, takes inside.
Interesting to see, not even an inkling of a move there to lay down the bunt.
Majors are ready for it, though. They had the wheel going pretty good.
Committed to it fully, as you need to if you're going to go with the wheel play. They don't go with it this time, though.
1-0, squaring around a bunt this time as Paulos. Payano goes to third. The throw is in time. Great adjustment there by the Majors. Plaz sticks to the third base bag, and they get the out.
Dylan, when you have runners at first and second, nobody out, and you're trying to get a bunt to move them over, and you have a lefty on the hill, that is one place where you cannot bunt the baseball because they put it right in the wheelhouse of Payano there. It was a simple pickup and throw over to third base. You could do that 100 times, and he'll make that 100 times. You've got to get that ball down anywhere other than that.
So 2 runners remain on base for the Brantford Red Sox, now with 1 away, as Kieran Bowles steps into the batter's box. Red Sox would have preferred runners at second and third. Instead, they've got first and second. Pitch from Payano to Bowles is a breaking ball for strike 1. Bowles struck out swinging on that same breaking ball back in the first inning. Cardoso playing in front of the runner. Plaz just behind the bag over at third. Not anticipating a bunt here from Bowles with 1 out. Long hold from Payano. Here's the pitch. On the ground. This could be 2. Krasminski waits back on it. Flip to Osika for 1. On to first. Double play. A couple of really solid defensive plays for the Majors, and Payano gets out of it without even allowing a runner to third.
Well, I don't know if that was a part of the mound talk there by Roop Channerdat, but you could imagine that that's kind of the idea he was trying to get across. Listen, they're making contact. Yes, they've found holes already, but now we need to get things going, and you're going to turn these double play balls.
That's absolutely the message from Majors manager Roop Channerdat there. We've got Justin Koehler with an update for us from the crowd. Justin, how are you?
I'm great. Hope you guys are doing well up there. Just want to talk a little bit about one key player who's been garnering a whole ton of attention from us so far and from the audience alike. And he's also on a 20-game hit streak, hitting successfully in every single game of the season, and that is first baseman Caden Cardoso. Caden holds the current lead in a lot of Majors categories right now, including slugging and OPS to go along with it. And he also, people may not know quite as much, that he actually leads the entire IBL in a couple categories as well, including hits with 32 and average batting .395 on the season so far. He did have a little bit of a dip in power for a little bit of the season, starting off the season with 3 home runs in 4 games to get everything going. But even in that category, he's starting to come back a little bit as well and get right on track, hitting 2 home runs in his last 3 games. And so just to put everything in a bit of perspective as well, Cardoso is currently on pace for 71 hits on the year. And if he's successfully able to get that, that would actually put him in second place amongst all Majors since 2010 for hits in a single season. So no surprise that one of the key players on the team also took home the Player of the Week award with the IBL just last week. And to just end on a quick little fact as well, his current hit streak of 20 is just 6 hits and 6 games away from tying the Majors record for consecutive hits in a season. And it's currently held by none other than Byron Reichstein on the team as well. So some interesting stuff and some incredible production coming from an incredible player. And so Noah and Dylan, it's been great watching him so far this season.
It absolutely has been, Justin. Cardoso's been on a tear. You mentioned the batting average at .395, pacing the Intercounty Baseball League. His OPS is at 1.086. He's been stellar.
Well, and that's exactly what you want when you bring in a guy like that to try and boost your offense, and he's done exactly that. We had some talks after the first few games of the season about the potential power numbers. Now, those have quieted a little bit, but hey, when you're on a 20-game hit streak, nobody's going to notice.
Absolutely not. Victor Plaz into the batter's box here. Looking to get something going offensively for the Majors. The lone hit in the ball game belongs to Caden Cardoso, coming back in the first inning. Pitch to Plaz is sliced foul, and quickly he's behind 0-2.
Well, for the Majors here, they have not really been able to get anything going against Josh Laukkonen. 0-2 here again puts you in a really deep hole against a guy whose confidence is booming early.
The 0-2 home from the right-hander. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Make it 6 strikeouts in the early going for Josh Laukkonen, and that is a big first out for the righty.
Sure is a big first out, but you talk about the confidence of Laukkonen. It's only going to get bigger as this game goes on if he can keep doing what he's doing. Fastball. Curveball off the plate. I've seen the changeup in there as well. Every single pitch right now, I could tell that he is feeling good about it when it comes out of the hand.
First pitch to Champ Garner is in there for a strike on the fastball. Garner hitting .250 this year. Swing and a miss there from Champ, and it's 0-2.
Perfect pitch in a perfect location. All you can do is chase that one if you're a batter.
Here comes the 0-2 home off the plate outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Champ Garner. Garner looking to get on base and start something here for the Majors with 1 away in the 3rd. Laukkonen trying to make him his 7th punch-out victim. 1-2 home. Garner lines this one down the right field line. It's a base hit, and it's going to roll the right fielder Tebbett. Around first, charging for second is Garner. Here comes the throw in. It gets by the second baseman. It'll be recovered by Gus Wilson. It's a double for Champ Garner, and the Majors have a runner in scoring position.
Stick with that at 1-2 and ripped it down the line in right field. A 1-out double will have the Majors in business here in the 3rd.
So Garner in scoring position as the lineup flips back to the top and Gibson Krasminski digs in. Chance to tie this ball game up if he can get a run across. Good part of the order to do it as it comes back to the top. Krasminski 0 for 1 on the day. The pitch from Laukkonen. Misses for ball 1.
Anytime you can get a base hit, or in this case, a double from the bottom of the order, turn things over for the top. Less than 2 outs here. It gives you a really good shot to score. Majors already down 1-0. They would love to try and knot this thing up through 3 at least.
That one lined to left field, and it is caught by the left fielder. A great play by Desai out and left, hauling that one in for the 2nd out.
Thought for a second maybe that one was going to slice away from the left fielder Vayab Desai, but he was able to range that one in. A night ago in Welland, the Red Sox had some trouble defensively. Only got charged with 2 errors, but there were some drop balls in the outfield that I'm sure if you asked them, they would love to clean up in this ball game and moving forward.
Red Sox defense has been good so far as Tristan Osika will step into the batter's box. First pitch to Osika is there for a strike. I know we actually saw the Red Sox doing a little bit of extra defensive work on the field during batting practice, particularly on ground balls on the infield. Several guys taking some grounders over at second base.
Well, it never hurts to get the extra work in here. They were waiting for a few more guys to get out to the field for batting practice. So there's a group of 5 or 6 of them out there taking grounders at 2.
Osika swings through that one, and he's quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Laukkonen's done a great job at working ahead of batters so far. Be interested to know the total on his 0-2 counts that he's been in to open up the ball game, because it just seems like he has always been there.
Trying to put away Osika here. Long hold, here's the pitch. Fouled off by Osika, he'll stay alive. No fan could catch that one, but somebody's getting a souvenir. A young fan of the souvenir. That's an awesome sight. 0-2 on Osika again here. A play in behind Champ Garner. Charging towards the second base bag was Gus Wilson. That'll be the first disengagement for Laukkonen.
43 pitches for Laukkonen, Dylan, 31 strikes.
Holy smokes.
So far, he is filling up the zone.
0-2 home. Osika in the air, hit pretty well to right field. Going back on it, Tebbett to the warning track, to the wall, and that ball is out of here. Tristan Osika, a 2-run home run, and the Majors take a 2-1 lead. Osika comes up big for London with 2 outs. Cashes Champ Garner and himself as he goes down to celebrate in the dugout tunnel. A big hit for the shortstop.
Dylan, that didn't look like the most comfortable swing in the world either, but he was able to get enough of that one, lofted out towards right field, and got it out over the wall to put the Majors up by a score of 2-1. Kind of golfed at it a little bit there, low in the zone.
Now Caden Cardoso into the box, takes the first pitch ball. They don't ask how you do it, just did you do it? And Osika goes deep there.
Box score doesn't say how you swung the bat.
1-0. Upstairs 2-0.
And a little bit of life into the Majors crowd here, at least behind home plate after the home run.
Majors had nothing going against Laukkonen prior to that. Here's the 2-0. Cardoso hits this one on the ground towards first base. It'll come up on Smith. He'll run it to the bag himself. And that will do it for the bottom of the third inning. But the Majors, they take the lead in the frame thanks to a 2-run home run by Tristan Osika. 2-1 London on Majors TV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
Hello, my name is Jim Nuther with Nuther's The Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
Back here on Majors TV for the fourth inning of play between the London Majors and the Brantford Red Sox. London leading 2-1.
Don't forget your shoes.
London leading 2-1 thanks to a big swing from Tristan Osika in a big spot.
Able to come up, falls behind in the count, and then got a pitch on the inside corner. Took it over the right field wall, and just like that, it looked like things were not going well for the London Majors to kick off the ball game. Got one more finisher here. And he knows how to get the crowd going. And look at that from Victor Payano. Gives him a game ball.
How about that? That's awesome. That's awesome. Really cool display there from Victor Payano, giving the fan a baseball after running the base paths. And Payano, to his credit, he's given up the one run so far in the ballgame on 4 hits, but he's been executing his pitches really well and has been generating some very weak contact.
He got really frustrated in the top of the third inning and actually generated a mound visit from Rich Chanderdat because it was just soft contact and guys getting on base. But looks like he's got that in control, and now he's seen that the Majors, the bats are there still, and they're on the board here with the 2-1 lead.
What that mound visit allowed the Majors to do, and the message from Rich Chanderdat was clearly, A, calm down, because everything's going to be all right with the way you're pitching. It's been great so far. B, the message was how they were going to play the bunt, and the Majors played it to perfection. They did not allow the runners to move up. Payano made a great play and got the out at third, which was then followed up by the double play.
Well, Payano will come back out here. He's got the lead for the first time in the ball game. We'll move into this fourth inning with a chance to try and work a little bit more comfortably here. Doesn't mind giving up those soft singles if your team's getting the offense going.
Payano will face 4, 5, and 6 in the Brantford Red Sox order, the same part of the order that got to him back in the second inning. Nick Burdett will lead things off. Had that hard double to the right center field gap. Payano, the lefty, at just 31 pitches through 3 innings of work. Has struck out 4 so far in the ball game. We talked about Laukkonen's crazy strike total as Burdett swings through that one. Out of 32 pitches now for Victor Payano, he's thrown 25 strikes and just 7 balls. So these two pitchers are filling up the zone.
No need for guys to have their bats on the shoulders today.
0-1 upstairs. DeOlio makes the catch on it. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's one thing as well to fill up the zone, throw lots of strikes. Almost every guy in this league can get a fastball across routinely. But these guys have been going, pitch after pitch in their arsenal, ringing guys up with curveballs that drop into the outside corner. It has been a masterclass pitching performance so far from both these guys. Although they have given up some runs, so not perfect today.
Payano behind the count, 2-1 here against Nick Burdett. Pitch on its way in the dirt. Now he's behind 3-1. Burdett in control of the plate.
Trying to find any way he can to get aboard here to open up this top of the 4th inning.
The 3-1 home. Burdett hits this one hard. It eats up Cardoso at first. It's into right field. So Nick Burdett will be aboard yet again. We'll wait to see how they score it.
That ball was ripped over to first base. I don't know if Cardoso had much more of a chance than to just try and get in front of it and knock it down. Either way, the Red Sox are going to have a runner aboard to open up the 4th inning. That's 3 straight innings now for the Red Sox. Burdett's done it in the 2nd and now the 4th.
It will be ruled a hit here for Nick Burdett. That one was scorched over to the first base bag. Tough play for Cardoso. So Burdett on base for the 2nd time tonight, and that will bring up Jeremy Veilleux. First pitch from Payano. Checked his swing. Did he go around? Yes, as the first base umpire, Justin Snively topping. 0-1.
Went right away down to first base to get some help from his crewmate. Says Veilleux went around, and there's an 0-1 count.
Burdett takes the lead off of first. Not overly aggressive over there. The 0-1 home. Veilleux in the air. Shallow center field going out Osika. That one's going to fall in. So another softly hit baseball, a bloop single off the bat of Jeremy Veilleux, and the Red Sox are in the same spot they found themselves in the 3rd with 2 on and nobody out.
Payano again on the hill there, just kind of slapping the glove out of frustration. Nick Burdett ripped one for the first leadoff single of the inning, but then that one, just a blooper over top of the shortstop and into shallow center field.
I believe they call that a duck snort. Is that a duck snort, Noah? Not hit very hard
They're not
at all.
fun. They don't feel good on the mound.
Graham
Man,
Tebbett.
I made a good pitch, and that's how I get rewarded.
A spin and a throw from Payano, who misread the play. Osika was charging towards 3rd for the wheel. Payano thought there was a pick play on. So a miscommunication there. Payano calls time. I think he's trying to talk to Osika to get on the same page here. This will be charged. Will it be charged as a mound visit? We'll see. No mound visit, says the home plate umpire, Rob Stevenson.
Been very good this year at making sure it's well known whether mound visits are charged or not. The umpires have been.
Osika breaks, not squaring Tebbett. Snap throw from DeOlio, and they got him! How does he do it? Eduardo DeOlio, another back pick, and they get the out at first.
He knew exactly where he was going with that ball, and it almost makes you wonder, Dylan, if the wheel on the left side of the diamond is to try and throw everybody's attention anywhere but where the play was going. And Eduardo DeOlio gets Veilleux at first, and there's one gone.
DeOlio and Cardoso in lockstep on those throws. It's happened a lot this season as that one misses high, and it's 2-0.
A little bit of a running gag. I think you were showing me the other day that DeOlio posted that not even the camera was quick enough to catch his last back pick.
It was Matt Hiscox actually that said that to us, but yeah.
Who said it, yeah.
DeOlio having a good time with all of his back picks. I wonder if that one will make the DeOlio Instagram story as well. 2-0 count here to Tebbett. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
See if that'll give them a little bit of a boost here in this top of the fourth inning to work through it.
Still a runner in scoring position. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Line drive right back up the middle. It's going to be a base hit for Tebbett. Getting the stop sign at third is Nick Burdett as the throw comes in from Champ Garner. It'll bounce on Caden Cardoso, but Tebbett won't advance. Nearly had his second RBI single of the ball game, but right there, Burdett gets held up at third.
The ball was smoked back up the middle, and it got into center field in a hurry. If it was hit not right at a fielder, maybe they risk sending Nick Burdett home, but they're going to play it safe with one out here. Keep him at third and give the Red Sox a chance here. Still one out in the inning to try and bring home that run.
So runners on the corners here for the Brantford Red Sox. Graham Tebbett stands over at second base. Nick Burdett over at third. Into the batter's box for Brantford is Jordan Smith. Hitless in the ball game today. Grounded into a fielder's choices last time up. Breaking ball from Payano to start him. Strike one.
Chance to roll a double play and get out of it. They've done it already so far tonight.
Oh, 1 home. Breaking ball, strike two. Payano confident with it.
Yeah, and why not? The way he's been throwing it. I wonder if he goes back to it again here. We'll see what him and Deolio go to. Either that or maybe they look fastball up.
The 0-2 pitch. Fastball up. Doesn't get the chase. 1-2.
Good hold there by Smith. That fastball, when you know you got to protect on 0-2, oh so tempting.
1-2 count, 1 out. The left-hander kicks and deals. Line drive, caught by Osika at shortstop, throw to first, in time, double play. How about it on defense? The Majors get out of the jam.
Well, he said roll the double play, not how they drew it up, but they'll take it. And Payano works out of the jam in the fourth.
We talked about how there were some beautiful defensive plays to get out of the jam in the third. How about the fourth inning? Gets the first out on a back pick from Eduardo Deolio, then a leaping catch and a throw to first from Tristan Osika, who hit the home run back in the bottom of the third.
He's having a night.
He's having a night. Payano's having a night out there on the mound. Really a great performance all around so far.
Oh, you can't ask for anything more from the Majors so far. 2-1 lead heading into the bottom of the fourth inning, and the stars are shining so far.
Speaking of stars, let's talk All-Star. Majors have lots of candidates to vote for right now. The voting closes at midnight. You've got 3 hours and 21 minutes as of this word to get your votes in. Lots of deserving candidates. You see them on your screen there. Everybody who's eligible for the Majors: Deolio, Brownlee, Reyes Cruz, Kuzminski, Plaz, Cardoso, Joseph, Reichstein, Lawrence, and Garner. On the pitching side, Payano, Keys, Arias, Janice, Henry, Lund, Gore, and Farrington. Last day to vote is today. Noah, you and I, we both got our votes in this week.
We did. We got our votes in. It is a partial fan vote, partial media vote for the IBL All-Star Showdown this season. And we got the, I don't know, you want to call it special privilege of voting for the media as well this year.
It's a special privilege, yeah.
There is so much talent in the Intercounty Baseball League. I don't know about you, but I look at that list and I go, I don't have enough picks.
I know. There's
not
exactly
enough picks to hand out everybody who's having a great. There's going to be some very good players who are not at the All-Star Showdown in Welland.
You look at the list when you're going to vote, and you say, okay, this guy deserves to get in, and so does this guy, and so does this guy, and so does this guy. And there's a lot of very deserving candidates at every position across both regions, so it's a very tough choice. At that point, for fans, you just got to vote for your favorites, right?
Well, and that's how they've been doing it in the major leagues as well. The fan vote, a big part of it. The fans are the people that are going to these events to see the players, so it makes sense that they get to, you know what, have a little bit of a say in who they're paying to see.
Starling Joseph into the batter's box for the Majors here. Takes the first pitch ball off the plate. He's a guy that a lot of people pay to see. He's been electric this season, as he has been throughout his entire Majors career. Extending his consecutive games played streak to 103, now 104 straight IBL games tonight. Joseph hits this one hard on the ground, foul. Look out, Morgan, down there, taking pictures by the Majors dugout. A couple of Majors had to get out of the way as well.
Getting out of the way. Scramble as soon as that ball comes.
It's actually in play right now, so Drew Lawrence has to run that down the left field line to get it. One count here to Starling Joseph, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Struck out looking in his first trip. Swing and a miss on a good breaking ball there from Laukkanen, and it's 1-2.
Despite giving up 2 on the homer in the bottom of the third inning, Laukkanen, that curveball is still moving so well tonight. He's able to throw it in a few different situations where it really benefits him here. And I wonder, do you go 2 straight with it?
1-2 home, breaking ball again off the end of the bat of Starling Joseph. Shallow fly ball center field. This could be trouble, but Paulos comes in and calmly makes the catch for the first out.
Hung up there just enough for Paulos coming in from center field. Was able to track that one down, get the first out for Laukkanen on the hill. Laukkanen's given up 2 runs on just 3 hits for the first 3 and now third innings. There's 7 hits on the board for the Red Sox. And we talked about how a few of those were not very hardly hit, but there have been some rockets off the bat of the Red Sox tonight as well.
They've had a pretty steady mix of hard hit balls and softly hit balls for base hits as Eduardo Deolio comes up empty on the first pitch.
Second straight at bat where he's gone to a fastball and swung right through it.
0-1 breaking ball. That one misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Held up enough, doesn't go to the attention of anybody. And now at 1-1, gets ready again here against Laukkanen.
Into the wind-up, the right-hander. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside to Deolio, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, and for Deolio here, your job becomes getting the inning started, even with 1 out. Try and find your way on. Put your teammates in a spot where they can succeed as well.
The 2-1 home. Swing and a miss. Big hack there from Deolio, and it's 2-2.
Good pitch in a good spot. And Deolio was just a bit out in front of it. If he's a split second later, he might be able to barrel that one up.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the 4th inning. The pitch to Deolio, breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Deolio down on strikes, and that will be strikeout number 7 of the ball game for Josh Laukkanen.
7 strikeouts through 3 2/3. He's having a great start to this ball game.
So Byron Reichstein into the batter's box here. On the day 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1.
Byron took that first pitch. He's not usually super aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. Likes to see 1 or 2.
That one misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One, 2 out. Laukkanen into the windup. Reichstein skies this one to right center field, moving over Paulos, and he is camped under it to make the catch to retire the side here in the 4th inning. Still 2-1 Majors after 4. Brantford and London on Majors TV.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Well, welcome back inside Labatt Park here in downtown London. Beautiful look at the skyline here, overlooking the field, and some fans in attendance checking out today's ball game. It's the Majors up by a score of 2-1 after 4 complete here in London. And Payano back out to the hill for the Majors. He has been dealing so far. Has given up 7 hits through the first 4 innings, but has held the Red Sox to just a run. Some double plays on defense have been able to help him out and limit what could have been some damage for the Red Sox. Osika with the double play in the top of the 4th that got him out of it. The runners at first and third, 1 out. That has kind of been the theme for the Majors so far. Vahab Desai will lead things off for the Sox, and he's going to rip one down the line in right field. This one's going to stay fair and bang up against the fence in the corner. Reichstein will get it in, but it is a leadoff double for Vahab Desai and the Red Sox here in the top of the 5th inning. Did not wait. Swung at the first pitch of the at-bat and ripped that double down into the corner. And just like that, with the Sox at the bottom of the order, now Jarrett Lupton will come to the plate. He is 1 for 1. Lefty deals, breaking ball to Lupton, falls into the zone. And it's 0-1. Checks back at Desai, the runner at second. Taking his time, and time will be called at home plate. That time it looked like it was Lupton who wanted it. Trying to mess with the timing here of Victor Payano. Curveball, outer edge for a strike, and he's up 0-2. Way ahead of Jarrett Lupton, the second baseman here. And he'll look to try and put him away for the first out of the inning. Hit towards second, not hard. Over Krasminski, throw to one in time. Cardoso had to dig it a little bit on the low throw. Almost works like a sacrifice, though, as the Lupton ground out will move Vahab Desai over to third with 1 out here in the inning. So once again, the Sox 90 feet away from scoring. 1 out here, and they'll see if they can try get the run in. The Majors are going to bring the infield in here. They want to try and cut down this run if they can. And it's ripped into left field, no chance. Desai will stroll home, and this ball game is tied at 2. Base hit to left field, back to the top of this order for the Sox, and they have done the damage.
Gus Wilson hit that baseball very, very hard through the left side of the infield. Was able to put that in the left with relative ease. Scorched it with the Majors infield in. Neither Osika or Plaz had a shot.
Payano comes to the plate here to Palos, and will just miss inside with the fastball. Up to 9 hits now for the Red Sox here through 4 1/3 innings.
And that's not going to look good on a pitching line, but Payano's been so effective tonight.
9 hits. He's worked into the 5th inning now on a pitch count that is just sitting at 52 pitches, so it's not like it's been hurting his pitch count. Of course, he does have a couple of double play balls that have helped get him out of innings.
Some defensive gems as well.
But aside from that, you're right, he's been throwing the ball well. Lefty looks, now deals on a fastball that's upstairs to Palos. 2-0. Not a very big lead for Gus Wilson over at first. He's got the lefty on the hills who wants to play it safe. But he's going to be off anyways. Throw outside. DeOlio's throw down, not in time. Great jump for Gus Wilson. And a stolen base will take the double play out of order.
See, even though Wilson did not have a very aggressive lead, Victor Payano's very deliberate in his leg kick when he goes to the plate. He lifts that leg up very, very slowly, which lends itself to a base runner with the speed of Gus Wilson swiping second base. That's exactly what happens there.
Two-one here. Payano got there with the strike, and it's 2-2.
Palos has squared around a bunt in each of his 2 at-bats so far. He grounded out to Victor Payano back in the first and then grounded to a fielder's choice the last time. This is the first chance he's had to swing away.
Chopped. Going to be a tough play. Barehanded it, throw to one, not in time. And there is just no play for that high chopper. Runners at first and third, 1 out.
That's another example of what we've been talking about, Noah. They're not hitting the baseball hard by any stretch. A really, really great play by Tristan Osika, barehanding that, throwing it over to first, but it was hit so slowly that they never really had a chance. Palos beats it out with the speed that he's got. That puts runners on the corners, and no, I'm curious to see if they're going to run a play here with the speed they've got on the base pass. They've got Palos at first. He's a very fast runner. They've got Gus Wilson at third. He's already displayed the speed of the stolen base. The Majors have to be prepared for something sneaky.
Well, we talked about the Red Sox. They've already had a couple double play balls that have taken them out of innings. If they can try to avoid that, I think they might try it. The last thing you want if you're the Red Sox is to look up at a 2-2 game heading to the bottom of the 5th inning and another double play ball here. They've had their chances with now 10 hits to, I don't want to say burst this game open, Dylan, but certainly score more than the 2 that are up there right now. Payano, there goes the runner. Throw is going to go right down to 2 in time. It had to be a perfect throw with the jump from Palos, and it was from DeOlio.
That is a fantastically executed throw by the London Majors. They understood the situation. There was speed on both corners, so what they did was they had Gibson Krasminski, the second baseman, cut in front, and he faked that he was going to cut in front. He jumped in front of the second base bag as if he was going to cut off the throw and fire it home, but he deked out at the last second. Perfect throw to Osika, but having Krasminski over in front fooled Wilson at third into going back to the bag, and that allows the Majors to get the out at second and keep the runner at third.
Popped up, foul territory, a look from Cardoso, but it's into the seats.
That's just very intelligent baseball. I don't know if the Majors have practiced that exact play, but super, super well executed by London on that last sequence, allowing them to get the second out. Now Payano's one pitch away from getting out of this inning, and they keep Wilson at third. And Wilson was jumping over at third base. He wanted to come home, but having that decoy in front of the bag kept him at third.
1-2, ready Payano as he grabs his sign from Deolio. This one hit hard to shortstop, and up the ladder is Osika again. Payano can just stand out there and look. His defense has helped him out through 5 in a 2-2 game.
Tristan Osika, how about that, eh? 2 straight innings where he ends the frame with a leaping catch over at shortstop. The last time a double play, and once again this inning, the Brantford Red Sox, they do strike, they do tie this ball game up, but it's the defense and the smart plays on D that allows the Majors to get out of this frame without more damage being done. They execute a perfect first and third play there where Krasminski, the decoy, backs away at the last moment, and then a great leaping catch by Tristan Osika over at shortstop, which keeps this ball game tied.
Well, they'll be thanking the defense if this game goes in their favor. 10 hits for the Red Sox through 5 innings and a 2-2 game. Out hitting the Majors 10-3 right now.
This game is not going to do wonders for Victor Payano's whip, which is walks plus hits divided by innings pitched. But Payano's pitched really, really well, and I want to stress that to our audience because the hits that the Red Sox have had, there have been some very hard hit baseballs. I'm not taking anything away from those, but there's been a lot of weak contact, a lot of bloops, a lot of ground balls in the infield where they're able to beat it out on some good runs. So there's been lots of really, really soft contact to go along with the few hard hit balls. Payano's pitched very effectively. He's been executing his pitches. He's been finding the right spots. It's just sometimes the game of baseball is a game of luck, and it hasn't been going Payano's way tonight in terms of the hit column.
Good look at Cleveland Brownlee. He gets set to swing here in this bottom of the 5th inning. We welcome everyone viewing with us tonight here around the Intercounty Baseball League. Was scheduled to be a 2-game night in the IBL tonight, but some rain, I get it, down in the Hamilton area has canceled things there.
We thought we were going to get wiped out too here, Noah. We were chatting before the game. Even when we got to the ballpark around 5, 6 o'clock, we were talking with Eric Collins, the public address announcer. We weren't optimistic, but this game is well underway. We're into the 5th inning now, and not a sign of any rain.
Well, it's just about getting to the point where this game is official, or at least to official status. And we did have some raindrops throughout the course of batting practice as we were standing down there, and it was able to hold off in time. Everything moved away from us there, and turned out to be a pretty good night for baseball. Brownlee in the hole 0-1 after that first pitch strike. Here is the 0-1 delivery. Did he hold up in time? He did.
High fastball there from Laukkanen tempted Cleveland Brownlee, and he was just barely able to hold up on that swing.
Not an easy hold. 1-1. Laukkanen outside with an off speed.
Neil Sherwastro in the chat telling us it poured for 45 minutes straight in Hamilton, and that's what did the field in. So that makes sense on why they had to cancel that contest. Did not get anything close to that here.
Brownlee holds again on a pitch that misses down and away. It is that time of the year where rain can pop up at a moment's notice as well.
And sometimes it just covers 60% of an area, and it's the area where the ball field is.
High pop-up. Shallow left. Converging, but out there it's Wilson who will be there to make the catch.
That could be a dangerous play out in shallow left field. You have the same thing in shallow right with the second baseman, first baseman, right fielder all going out. This time it was Desai, Wilson, and Bowles, and it was Wilson who ended up making the catch. Communication is oh so important in those situations. Somebody, it doesn't matter who, but somebody has to take control, and everybody else has to simply respect it. There's no sense in fighting for the baseball in those situations.
On a play like that, Bowles has to turn and run and then try and find the ball, whereas Wilson is just ranging over to his right. First pitch curveball to Plaz for strike one. Now, logic will tell you that maybe Desai has the best chance to catch the ball, but he actually had the longest way to come with how short that pop-up ended up being. So he may be coming in on it towards the ball, but he probably had a good 150 feet to cover. As that one's fouled off, and Plaz will step outside and go for a quick walk here.
Plaz took that one off of the ankle. He's got that ankle and shin guard on, but clearly it missed it as he's trying to shake that one off.
Still an 0-2 as Laukkonen comes to the plate, called strike 3. Outside edge, Plaz with a slow walk back to the dugout, thought it missed, and there's 2 gone.
Yeah, Plaz in shock right now at the plate. Couldn't believe that one was called as strike 3. Another good pitch there by Josh Laukkonen, continuing his stellar performance in the ballgame so far. The only blemish, the home run from Osika. Now 8 punch-outs in the ballgame.
Popped up, but out of play. I was waiting for your flinch there, Dylan.
Okay. I've been better with that. I did flinch the other day. I forget which game it was, but last weekend I did flinch. But for the most part, I've been good. There was nothing that hit over top of us.
There was no roof hit that time, so all is safe up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth. As this one's fought off into center field and over to make the catch is Lupton. Majors not getting the same balls to drop as the Red Sox are. They are stuck on 3 hits through 5. But it is a 2-2 game here at Labatt Park. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course you're going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
We are back here at Labatt Memorial Park as we move along to the 6th inning. Red Sox, Majors tied at 2 so far, Dylan.
Sorry, no, I'm recovering from watching that dizzy bat race between innings. That was probably the biggest collision I've ever seen in a dizzy bat race here at Labatt Park. I wish we could have brought that to you because it was intense.
Things happened. Things were happening. There was a big collision. It was massive.
2 people were both falling to their right, and one was falling a little faster than the other. They ran into each other. Both of them go down.
Yeah, our on-field host, Sarah Rubino, had to go running. Take a bolt out towards the playing field area because it's about to get trampled by a couple of the dizzy bat contestants.
It's always such a fun game to watch.
Ready to start the top half of the 6th inning. Majors and Red Sox tied at 2. First pitch from Payano. We went with the curveball. Didn't break enough. Slipped out of his hand. 1-0. Nick Burdett is 2 for 2. He led off the 2nd and 4th innings with hits, and now he's here in the 6th looking to try and make it a 3 for 3 day. Up in the zone with the breaking ball. 2-0.
Payano's missed with 2 breaking balls so far here to Burdett, but I don't hate that pitch selection on the first 2 offerings. You got to try something different because Burdett not only has been on twice, as you mentioned, Noah, he's hit the ball very, very hard twice. So just trying to generate a little bit of weaker contact from Nick Burdett.
Inside, 3-0. 2 probably hardest hit balls of the night on either side have come off the bat of Nick Burdett. One was a screaming double into the right center field gap, and the other a screamer up the line that Cardoso could not corral at first. 3-0, and taking all the way it looked like was Burdett, and he'll take the leadoff walk. So he does lead off the 6th here, although it's a walk to get him aboard.
Yeah, once those 2 curveballs missed for Victor Payano, there was no real sense in coming to the zone with a pitch that Nick Burdett could get a hold of, so he kind of just pitched around him there and lets him take the first base bag, hoping that the defense perhaps can get something done as they have previously in the ballgame.
Yeah, sometimes it's just easier to, I don't want to say intentionally put a guy aboard, but certainly pitch around him once you fall into a hole. Don't give him anything too good to hit. See if your defense can help you out again. Veilleux is 1 for 2 today. Swing and a miss, and now he's up 0-2 on Jeremy Veilleux. Way up in the count here. Quick look over to first, but he's going to deal right to the plate, and that one's fouled off.
Good pitch there from Victor Payano on the breaking ball. Getting a piece there was Jeremy Veilleux. Tried to put him away, but didn't quite bury it enough for Veilleux to come up empty on the swing.
Payano wants to have a look over to first. It's not a very long one. He's got an 0-2 count that he wants to deal with here. Chopped foul. And Veilleux will stay alive at the plate.
Veilleux doing a good job of battling here with Victor Payano. He's tried to put him away a couple of times. No dice as Veilleux's been able to spoil a couple of good pitches. Right now, if Payano wants, he can pitch to contact, try to generate a ground ball, but he's been missing up a little bit in this inning, so perhaps just going for the strikeout is the best course of action.
Deolio ready as that one misses upstairs. One and 2 is the count.
I don't know if you consider that a waste pitch after the amount that Payano threw in the strike zone, but it kind of functions as one. A good high fastball there from Payano, good speed on it, and Veilleux just didn't chase it. No worse for wear really is Payano. It's a 1-2 count.
Fans trying to cheer along Payano here. He's got a 1-2 count. Delivery. And just off the plate, they tried to sneak it in on the outside edge.
That's a really, really close pitch from Victor Payano, Noah. Just missed. I don't know if it was low or if it was inside to Jeremy Veilleux. But a really, really close offering there from Payano. Excuse me, outside, I should say, not inside.
Payano, his next pitch will be number 70. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout there for Victor Payano. 5th of the ball game. And there's one gone.
That's a really great pitch by Victor Payano. He wins the battle against Jeremy Veilleux. And credit to Veilleux, he put together a very, very good at-bat there against the Majors left-hander. He spoiled some tough pitches. He laid off some tough pitches. And eventually, it's a fastball that's actually in the strike zone that allows Payano to record the strikeout.
First pitch in there for a strike. Graham Tebbett, the batter, thought about offering at it, but he held up. 2 for 2 today is Tebbett. Oh, one breaking ball, swung right through.
Tebbett so far on the day has one very hard hit single. That came in his last at-bat, and a softly hit single that drove home Nick Burdett for the first Brantford run back in the second inning.
Oh, 2. Fouled off.
Pitch count for Payano now up at 73 pitches. Not overly concerning up at this stage of the ball game. Certainly higher than the rate he was rolling earlier on in the ball game. Trying to slow things down a little bit, pitch a little bit quicker. There's been some good spoils from the Red Sox. Talked about Veilleux. Tebbett gets a piece of that good pitch as well.
And another called time at the plate by Tebbett. Wanted to just give himself an extra second here and take a quick breather before facing another 0-2. Lefty deals. Strike 3. Tebbett couldn't catch up and connect with the fastball, and there are 2 gone.
Sometimes because of how crafty he can be out there on the mound, I think we forget the really good velocity that Victor Payano brings, because he just generated 2 strikeouts on fastballs in the heart of the strike zone, and Jeremy Veilleux and Graham Tebbett, 2 of the better hitters in this Red Sox lineup, hitting in the 5th and 6th spots, came up empty on the swings and weren't really all that close. So Payano really reached back for something extra, found the strike zone, gets the swing and miss, and now has 2 away.
And I believe we have a pinch hitter coming into the ball game now, as the Red Sox are going to make a move to replace the batter Jordan Smith. And if our lineup card is correct, it looks like Cam Gurney will swing. Looks at that first pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Cam Gurney, a former player in the CPBL, I believe for the Fieldhouse Pirates. I remember covering him in a CPBL All-Star game a couple of years ago. Very talented hitter.
Burdett thought about it, but he's going to scramble back to first. By the looks of our lineup card that we were given here today, Dylan, it looks like 3 juniors listed for the Red Sox today on the bench. Gurney, one of them, as well as Lucas Bateman and Landon Zaire.
Cam Gurney 0 for 4 this season. Only played 1 game. That was June 18th in Guelph against the Royals. Has a strikeout to his name as well.
1-1 count now. Curveball. Watches it slide into the strike zone, and it's 1-2.
Interested to see what Victor Payano comes with. He's got 2 strikeouts in this inning via the fastball. If he's got the same confidence in it, I think he should. I would expect that right here.
Checks in there for the sign, ready to deliver. Here is the 1-2. Called strike 3. Outside edge, Gurney down on strikes. And Payano through 6 here tonight at Labatt Park.
Great job by Victor Payano. Comes back with the fastball as expected once again. This time didn't get a swing and a miss. He painted the corner with that offering and strikes out the side in the 6th inning.
Well, a fantastic job by Victor Payano, who now has worked through 6 complete innings of work and has himself in line for a pretty good start so far tonight. 2-2 game here, middle of this 6th inning, and I believe our very own Justin Koehler is down and ready for us at field level. Justin, how are we doing?
Great so far. Gentlemen, one of the guys I want to talk about, we did talk about Caden Cardoso in the 3rd, but one of the players who's been right on his heels when he's in the lineup is Drew Lawrence, one of the outfielders here with the Majors. He was the player of the game in our previous contest back on Canada Day Monday, where he went 3 for 4 with a run, an RBI, a walk, and a stolen base in the contest. He's had to deal with a couple injuries so far this season that has limited his play time a little bit, but when he is in the lineup, he's probably one of the best contact hitters on the team. In fact, he's actually batting .394 on the season so far, just 1 point back of where Cardoso was right before today's game. All things considered, he's had 7 hits in his last last 9 at-bats and 3 stolen bases to go along with that as well, all while having more walks on his record than strikeouts so far this season. So he's got contact, he has speed, plate discipline, all the factors that come into making a great ball player and helping get a little bit more playtime heading into the second half of the season. And he's hoping to just add on to that production as we move forward. And so, gentlemen, it's been a whole lot of fun watching Drew Lawrence so far this season.
Thank you, Justin. As Drew Lawrence, we've talked about him here. 394, the average for Drew so far. 7 stolen bases and 7 walks to go along with it. Are another's player of the game this past Monday on Canada Day.
One of the things that Drew Lawrence has done so well this season, you see the 7 walks, see the 948 OPS. He's done a really good job of being very, very patient at the plate. Not a guy who's going to hit a lot of long balls, but he gets on base in so many different ways, and when he gets on, he steals a lot of bags. 7 stolen bases, has not been caught once this season.
Josh Laukkanen is back out there for the Red Sox here to begin the bottom of the 6th inning.
I should make a correction, Noah, because I'm going to beat myself up if I don't. Drew Lawrence has been caught 1 time this year stealing bases.
7 of 8, I believe it was.
Yes.
We'll forgive you for your 1 mistake tonight, sir.
That's the only one I'm allowed.
1-1 count here. Gibson Krasminski is the batter. Top of the majors order here in this 6th inning, and he's going to rip one up the middle. Base hit leads off the 6th inning for London here, trying to break this 2-2 tie.
Exactly what you want out of your leadoff hitter if you're Roop Chanardad and the London Majors. Gibson Krasminski comes up top of the order, due up this inning, and he sets the tone right away. It's a hard ground ball single right back up the middle. You've got very good hitters in your order coming up, and Krasminski gets aboard for him with nobody out, maximizing the chances they have to push across the go-ahead run.
Healthy lead over at first base for Krasminski as well. He's at the cut of the grass. Not going, pulling back on the bunt attempt is Osika. We'll see if the Majors try to move him up here. Looks back. Oh, and they've got him. Krasminski made the move to second on first movement, and Laukkanen picks him off.
That's tough for Gibson Krasminski in the majors. He was anticipating the bunt to be on once again, and a very smart play by the Brantford Red Sox and Josh Laukkanen throwing over to the first base bag just to check on him. It's always worth a shot when the bunt play is on, and they caught Krasminski leaning.
So tough to tell as well. To me, it looks like Krasminski was almost gearing himself to go on first movement. When he got that movement, he flinched, and that was the pickoff move to 1. Now Osika's in an 0-2 hole here, and Laukkanen to the plate outside with the fastball 1-2.
That kind of changes the complexion of this inning. Tristan Osika, who's laid down a couple of sacrifice bunts this season, was going to be asked to sacrifice again there to push Gibson Krasminski into scoring position. Now Osika's got to try to start a rally on his own with nobody on.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Osika down on strikes, and there's 2 gone in quick order.
Laukkanen has proven me wrong when I said earlier that he's not a strikeout pitcher. He's got 9 so far in the ball game today. He's been stellar. Second time Osika's gone down on strikes. A good fastball low in the zone, and Osika comes up empty.
So now Caden Cardoso will stroll to the plate with 2 outs. Back in the first inning, collected his hit in a 20th straight game.
You ever have a 20-game hit streak, Noah, at any level?
I don't know if I ever had 20 hits at any level, let alone in 20 straight games.
Not even 8U where you're hitting off the machine?
Bombs only.
Absolutely.
I go 3 for 4 and then follow it up with an 0 for 8. It's just the way we roll. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Inside for Cardoso. Easy take for him there. 2-0.
I was telling my younger brother about my rookie ball adventures and how I had 8 home runs one year at minor rookie. I felt like such an old man telling him these stories of me in my heyday back when I was 8 years old.
Back when I was a young fella. Outside corner for a strike on Cardoso, now 2-1. Listen, not even I can use that card at 27 now. You certainly can't use the back in my day card.
But it was back in my day.
Laukkonen deals, and just off the bottom corner. 3-1 here to Cardoso. And here come the ball 4 chance as they try to work in a walk here with 2 outs. Laukkonen looks and a swing and a miss. Healthy cut there from Cardoso.
Love that pitch there from Josh Laukkonen and challenges him with the fastball up in the strike zone, and Cardoso comes up empty on the swing. Good offering from the right-hander. We'll see what he comes with on the payoff.
Big 3-2 pitch here. Starling Joseph on deck for the Majors, 2 outs, and the 3-2 delivery. Inside and called strike 3. Cardoso thought he was going to have a free pass to first, but the strikeout from Josh Laukkonen has the Red Sox through 6 innings. This game is tied at 2.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Seventh inning about to get underway here from the Forks of the Thames at Labatt Memorial Park. Majors and Red Sox tied at 2-2 here late, Noah. It's been a very, very close ball game so far.
It certainly has. 10 hits for the Red Sox, but they have been able to just score 2 runs like the Majors have. That came on a 2-run homer on just 4 London Majors hits in the ball game. The 2 starting pitchers still in a combined 1 walk.
Wow. Not very many free passes.
No.
That's a key to success, right? I mean, if you can keep the guys off the base paths when they haven't earned it, then you're going to be successful in the ball game. And both Payano and Laukkonen have been in that category.
They have been, and they'll look to try and keep rolling here as we move along to the 7th inning. Dylan, it's summer. A lot of the youngsters get to hang out the entirety of the game now.
Yeah, they do.
Go home and go to bed.
I think we got to go home and go to bed at some point here, Noah.
Well, at some point, yes. Don't you know? You're an old fella now. You have to stay up late.
I suppose I do. Yeah, I guess. I've got to be up late.
Weren't you saying you got an early wake up tomorrow for
I do. A game in Kitchener.
Minor ball tournament?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be an early morning for me tomorrow.
I do not envy.
Here at Labatt Park, it's Vaibhav Desai into the batter's box. Shifted over to left field, shifted over to first base from left field with the entry of Cam Gurney into the ball game. First pitch will miss there from Payano for ball 1. Desai 1 for 2 today. Time called at the plate by the home plate umpire Rob Stevenson. He's going to clean off the plate. No, he's going to draw a line in the batter's box.
I don't know what this is all about, to be honest with you.
Maybe Deolio complained that Desai was getting too far back.
Backing up too far.
So Rob Stevenson just tried to draw a line to make sure there was a boundary there. 1-0 home from Payano. Line straight back at the screen. It's 1-1.
Begs the question, how accurate is a pace for Rob Stevenson?
Well, it's the most accurate. He makes the rules. He's the umpire. He decides that boundary.
He goes, all right, I don't know if this is right, but if you guys want a line, I'll give you a line.
1-1. Breaking ball falls in there beautifully for strike 2.
Payano's got some heat, so you can't blame the Red Sox hitters for wanting to give themselves every extra inch they can. Although, as we see in the Intercounty Baseball League, those batter's boxes don't last more than an inning or two.
Here's the 1-2 home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. High fastball for Victor Payano. Gets to the chase from Desai. There's 1 out.
Went to the heat, climbed the ladder, and got the strikeout here for the first out of the 7th. Pitch count up to 82 now for Payano. We only mention that because we like to keep an eye on it here. There's just some walking around going on in the Majors bullpen. Nothing going on just yet.
Yeah, a couple of different arms out there for the Majors. That one lined straight back at the screen by Jarrett Lupton.
If he's effective, you'd like to think that Payano's got at least another 20 pitches, if not more, in him here in this start.
You would hope so. I'm not sure what the longest outing Payano has had this season is in terms of overall innings pitched. I can tell you, I don't believe he's gone over 100 pitches in a ball game. That one popped up on the infield. Osika makes the catch. There's 2 away.
Well, if he can stay effective like he has, it'll go a long way for him here.
His last start was his longest outing up to this point this season in a Majors uniform. He threw 7 innings against the Guelph Royals. 7 shutout innings, I might add, against the Guelph Royals. In terms of pitch count, we're still trying to get you what the highest pitch count he's had is in a ball game. As Gus Wilson steps into the batter's box, 2 for 3.
7 innings against the Guelph Royals, 89 pitches.
That's the highest he's been? Interesting. Strike 1 to Wilson.
And sorry, pardon me, he did throw more than that in a couple other starts. See a 99 on here.
So he's been around 100 pitches before.
Been around the
right
100 pitch mark.
That one misses. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So it's not crazy to think that 20 pitches ideally is where we'd get to with Payano here if you're the Majors.
We'll keep an eye on the bullpen either way.
Nothing on either side right now. 1-1 count here to Wilson. The pitch. Misses high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. One out to get here in the frame. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
He's still so dialed in. You can see it on the hill. He doesn't want to fall behind. He's just throwing it right at guys. 2-2 now, and a chance to work through this top half of the 7th.
Payano trying to complete 7 strong innings for the 2nd consecutive start. He sets. Kicks and deals. Strike 3, swinging. Victor Payano adds to his strikeout total, make it 9 on the ball game as he sits down Gus Wilson to end the top of the 7th.
Well, just keeps on dialing in there and got the strikeout to end the frame and makes the walk-off toward the London Majors dugout. And what a job he has done so far. Didn't see the handshake. He'll be back out for the 8th.
I think you tried to blow by your Majors manager, Roop Chanadot, to avoid that.
You can't shake my hand if I walk right by you.
I'm sure they'll check in on Payano, see how he's feeling. And that's exactly what's going to happen right now. But no real movement in the Majors bullpen. We'll keep an eye on it as we've mentioned. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, why don't we here, Noah? In the middle of the 7th inning, the Blue Jays taking on the Mariners tonight. Copa America action going on as well?
Say, is that Blue Jays game underway yet? I think it's a 9:40 start.
Interesting start time. Okay, so the Blue Jays not underway. Copa America, if you're a soccer fan. I'm not a huge soccer guy, Noah, but I try to pay attention when Canada.
I agree.
Canada's in the international tournaments.
They win today, I think.
Well, no, okay, no? We're ahead of ourselves here, Noah.
Okay.
31st minute, it's 1-0 Canada. Jacob Schaffelberg, a goal in the 13th minute for Team Canada.
Oh, is that what it was?
This is big. It's the quarterfinal against Venezuela.
All I saw was the score pop up on my phone. I just thought it was a final score. I didn't realize I had every score update clicked off on my app.
2/3 of the game still left to be played between Canada and Venezuela as the fans sing along here in the middle of the 7th inning. Is there any other action we should be updating the folks at home on, Noah? There's no other IBL game tonight.
No, I told you we're the lone game in the Intercounty Baseball League. Blue Jays get underway in Seattle at 9:40. Elsewhere around the major leagues, Detroit is up on Cincinnati 4-2 in the top of the 7th inning.
Well, here at Labatt Park, we are equal at 2 aside as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Starling Joseph, Eduardo Deolio, and Byron Reichstein due up for the majors. A good spot in the London order to do some damage. And they need some damage here. Deadlock with the Red Sox. Josh Laukkanen has been every bit as advertised so far. Same for Victor Payano on the other side. Payano working to Joseph, who's 0 for 2 today. Excuse me, Laukkanen, I should say, working to Joseph. First pitch will be in there for a strike. Joseph doesn't like it.
A lot of zeros out on that scoreboard in right center field. London has not scored. They just scored only in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And just 2 singles up there for the Red Sox so far tonight.
0-1 home. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Joseph trying to reset now in the batter's box and stay alive in the 0-2 count. Laukkanen into the windup. Here's the pitch. In the air, foul, and we'll try again on 0-2.
We'll give him another chance way up in the count to try and put away the London Majors leadoff hitter here in the inning.
The 0-2 home. Line straight back at the backstop by Joseph, and so we'll try again on no balls and 2 strikes. Joseph right on that pitch, came up empty. The 0-2 is off the plate outside, so the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now, Noah, we do see some action in the Majors bullpen.
Action down in the Majors bullpen.
Thank you to Justin Koehler for pointing that out to us. Jonathan Henry getting loose in case he's needed in the 8th. 1-2 to Joseph, skied in the air, shallow center field. Paulos initially broke back, now charging in. The ball hangs up long enough for him to make the catch, and there's 1 gone.
1 gone here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Dylan, with that out, it now makes it the longest start of the season for Laukkanen. Previous longest start was a 7-inning start against Guelph on June the 14th.
So Laukkanen at 6 1/3 innings here on 87 pitches. Working to Eduardo Deolio now, trying to keep the Majors in check. Inside ball 1.
Should note, if we haven't already, he's already at his season high for strikeouts in a game as well with 10.
The 1-0 in the dirt and straight back to the backstop. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. The hitter's count here for Deolio.
Think we'll see a big swing here if this one's anywhere close?
I think so. I think Deolio is going to turn it loose no matter where it is in the strike zone as long as he feels he can do some damage. The 2-0 home. Swing and a miss. There it was. That was a big swing. 2-1 count here on the Majors catcher.
He had one thing on his mind there, and nobody was going to be able to get the ball where that thing was going to land.
The 2-1 pitch. Line straight back at the backstop. So quickly from 2-0 and DeOlio in control to 2-2.
It's tough as a pitcher because you know you've got a guy at the plate who wants to swing the bat, so you don't want to work around him too much to the point where you can't get it out because DeOlio, he's going to want to swing. You just got to try and find a pitch in a location that'll produce some soft contact.
2-2. DeOlio skies this one on the infield. Moving over is Gus Wilson, and he will make the catch for the second out of the bottom of the 7th inning. So 2 gone now, and Byron Reichstein will step into the batter's box. Worth mentioning, Neil Sherwastwa pointed it out to us in the chat just now. Laukkanen pitched very, very well against the Guelph Royals on June 14th. 7 innings, allowing 2 runs, and very, very well on May 30th against the Welland Jackfish. 5 innings, allowing 1 run. Got a no decision in both of those games, despite his stellar performance. Hoping to get credit for the victory here. That one's off the plate outside to Byron. The Red Sox lost both of those contests.
Both his wins this season have been on the road in Chatham.
Interesting.
And he got some run support. 18 and 16 runs for the Red Sox in those games.
That one misses. 2-0. Hitters count here for Reichstein as Laukkanen tries to battle back here as he did against DeOlio. Inside and low. 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, and you wonder if this will get some action down in the Red Sox bullpen. There is some light stretching going on down there, but nothing to show us that they've got an idea of pulling Laukkanen anytime soon.
The 3-0. Ball 4. Crowd gets their wish. Reichstein works a walk, and he's aboard now with 2 away for Cleveland Brownlee.
Well, and that'll bring us a mound visit here. First real sign of trouble for Laukkanen. And if I'm reading it correctly, his first walk of the evening. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 outs.
That is Norman Coleman Goodwin out there to talk to Josh Laukkanen. First walk of the ball game for Laukkanen to go along with his 10 punch-outs. And Brownlee has a chance to do some major damage here in a big spot. Laukkanen at 96 pitches across 6 2/3. No one throwing in the Red Sox bullpen.
At least his batter to face here.
First pitch to Brownlee, right down Broadway, 0-1.
That looked like Cleve had the take sign all the way.
Fans certainly hoping, that Laukkanen would miss. Oh, 1 home. Brownlee checked his swing. Did he hold up? Yes, he did. It's 1-1.
Tried to get him to chase, and they almost had him. But a great job there to hold up by Brownlee.
Brownlee still looking for his first home run this season. Fouls this one straight back at the backstop. It is 1-2, and I believe that Jeremy Veilleux just got hit by the backswing from Cleveland Brownlee. And Veilleux
is down.
He's shooing away the Red Sox coaching staff. I didn't see what happened. We're going to get a look at it up here on the replay.
Just our little replay here.
Yeah, it was
the backswing.
It was the backswing. Got him in the elbow, it looked like. Maybe even the funny bone. Sent Veilleux down in a heap, but he's going to stay out there.
Count 1-2. They look to try and put away Brownlee here.
Laukkanen sets. Reichstein the lead off of first. The pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Brownlee down on strikes, and that will end the 7th inning. We are deadlocked at 2 aside after 7 complete from Labatt Park. You're watching the Red Sox and Majors on Majors TV.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
Hey there, my name's Will. I'm the owner of Throw London. This is some of the staff that helps us out here from day to day to keep things moving. We have other people that work with us too. They're not here today, and we'd like to thank them for helping us and helping you. If you're not sure what you'd like to throw, an axe or a knife, we can take care of that for you. We throw the axes, knives, we have darts, shovels. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any experience whatsoever. We'll take care of that as well. If you happen to win a league and you have that competitive side, you get your name on this League of Legends wall, which is amazing. If you like to have a cold beverage, we can serve that for you as well. So when you're thinking about doing next event, friends, family, corporation, or just a hangout, come on and think about Throw London.
Back here on Majors TV as we try to find where this camera's at. We're waving down here. We're having a good time.
Somewhere down there.
Here at Labatt Memorial Park. We've got a pitching change, and it's brought to you by Throw London. London's original knife-throwing Noah, Jonathan Henry, into the ballgame.
He'll come in, Dylan, with a 3.75 earned run average, 7 games that he's appeared in for the Majors so far this season with 12 innings pitched. 11 strikeouts for Henry, so he can get the strikeout ball working. We'll see how he fares here. He's got a clean slate to work with here in the top of the 8th inning and a tie ball game, 2-2.
First pitch here to Ethan Paulos off the end of the bat. Going to be a tough play for Plaz. Charging hard, bare hand throw to first, no chance. So Ethan Paulos reaches on an infield single.
There was not going to be a chance for Victor Plaz there, and to be honest with you, Dylan, I thought his best play might have been to leave that. It was on the grass. All you're hoping for is that it's got enough to roll off the grass, because if you get that roll, it's likely going to go foul.
Yeah, if you get the right spin on that thing, it will roll foul.
You've got to just get it off that ledge on the grass and hope for the best. But, man, you talk about the Red Sox in there now, 11 hits in the game. That's kind of how they've been today. Either well-placed or finding holes in the outfield.
Henry in his last outing threw 3 2/3 of great pitching against the Toronto Maple Leafs at Christie Pitt. Squaring around a bunt here is Kieran Bowles, and now they've got Paulos hung up. Cardoso running at him, applying the tag, and they picked him off again. Another back pick for Eduardo De Olio. Cardoso finishes it off with a tag, and they erase the base runner.
Well, Bowles went to look to lay down a bunt, and he missed it. And when he did, Paulos at first base started to break towards second, expecting that bunt to get down. Well, it didn't get down. Paulos did a little slip just out beyond the cut of the grass, and as we know, you can't do that with Eduardo De Olio behind the plate. He makes him pay and turns it into a quick first out here of the inning.
So 0-1 count now on Bowles, who will no longer be looking to bunt as he swings and misses at that breaking ball. Just to go back to Henry's last outing in Toronto, 3 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts in that ball game. Took the loss in that contest, pitched 3 2/3, including extra innings. Majors lost that game on a walk-off wild pitch. 0-2 breaking ball, does not get the call here, and it's 1-2.
Just up in the zone there.
1-2, 1 out. Majors may be looking for some distance from Henry here at home tonight as well. That one doesn't get the call either, 2-2.
They're at least hoping he can get through this inning and maybe the 9th as well. 1 inning, 1 out at a time, though, here.
2-2 on the ground. This is going to be a tough play. Henry off the mound. Bare hand. Throw to Cardoso. They got him. 2 gone.
And once again, now the Majors get the out on that play, but not an easy one. Thought for a second there we were going to see a similar play to how they got aboard to lead off the inning. Just a little chopper, well placed. That one was out a bit closer towards the mound, of course, so able to be picked up by Henry on the hill, and there's 2 gone.
That'll bring up a guy who is unfamiliar with little choppers tonight in Nick Burdett. He's hit the ball very hard both times 2 of the 3 times he's been up. The 3rd time it was a base on balls from Victor Payano. First pitch from Henry. Burdett lines this one into right field again. So Nick Burdett 3 for 3 and a walk on top of that. He's on first with 2 away.
Well, his first 3 trips to the plate, he was leading off innings. In the second, it was the leadoff double. That came around to score the first run of the ball game. Then it was a leadoff single in the 4th, a leadoff walk in the 6th. This time it's a 2-out single here in the 8th inning.
So Jeremy Veilleux into the batter's box with Burdett standing over at first. Wondered if maybe we'd see a pinch runner for Nick Burdett. Not the case. Veilleux takes ball 1.
The danger of going to a pinch runner in this case, of course, there's 2 outs in the inning. So you're expecting a guy to hopefully get 100, or well, pardon me, more than that around. You got to get 3 bases around and score all the way from first base.
1-0. Veilleux gives this one a pretty good ride to left field. Going back on it, Starling Joseph trailing away from him, and he makes the catch. What a play on the run for Starling Joseph, getting Jonathan Henry out of the 8th inning.
I did not think he was going to have a chance on that ball. Running away from, as you mentioned, towards the corner, but he comes up with it. Potentially saving a chance at a run for the Red Sox. This game stays tied at 2, heading to the bottom of the 8th.
Great play by Starling Joseph on the run out in left field. A terrific defensive play to add on to the terrific defensive plays we've already seen in this ball game for the Majors. He gets a thank you there from Jonathan Henry on that last play. I don't know if Nick Burdett would have made it all the way around because Joseph was well positioned to get to that baseball even if he missed it, but it certainly would have been some damage done for Brantford.
I want to go back and quickly talk about before that hit, and we were talking about the decision not to pinch run Nick Burdett. It's a 2-2 game in the 8th inning here. I don't want to be that guy, but if this thing goes any longer, you're going to want his bat in the lineup, right? Nick Burdett is now 3 for 3 and a walk on top of that. You don't want that sitting on the bench out of the game because you made a decision in the 8th inning with 2 outs to try and get a pinch runner to first base. That can hurt you in the long run.
Those are the things you got to balance as the skipper of a ball club, in this case Ken Lupton of the Brantford Red Sox. Josh Laukkanen is back out there for his 8th inning of work. He comes into this inning at 100 pitches even. So you would imagine the leash is pretty short. He'll deal with the bottom and then top of the Majors order. It is Victor Plaz followed by Champ Garner and then Gibson Krasminski, as I believe that is Coleman Goodwin in the bullpen for the Brantford Red Sox.
I was just trying to get that myself here, Dylan.
It is indeed Norman Coleman Goodwin, who is warming up for Brantford. He was actually the one who went out to talk to Josh Laukkanen in that mound visit, pulling double duty, pitching coach and relief pitcher in this ball game for the Brantford Red Sox.
I was listening, you got to get us out of here. I haven't even gone down to warm up yet, all right?
Yeah, exactly. That was the message he was delivering out there on the mound. Plaz trying to start this inning off for the Majors. We'll see what Laukkanen's got at 100-plus pitches. Plaz 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. Plaz breaks his bat as that one's flared to shallow center field. Going out on it, Gus Wilson. And he hauls it in, 1 away.
Well, a big first out there here in the 8th inning for Laukkanen. And I do apologize. Back in the last inning, I said that this was now his longest outing of the season. Well, with that out now, it is up to 7 1/3. Previous longest was the 7-inning start against Guelph on the 14th of June.
Josh Laukkanen facing Champ Garner now. Garner squares around to bunt, bunts it foul, 0-1. Noah, that's your one mistake allowed tonight. We'll forgive you for that one.
Okay, we each get one.
0-1, 1 out. Garner squared around a bunt on the first pitch. We'll see if he does it again here on 0-1. Infield not playing in. Garner does not square. He chases a breaking ball and falls behind 0-2.
Was not ready for that breaking ball. You could tell by the swing.
So Laukkanen trying to put him away for the second out of the bottom of the 8th. The 0-2 home. Off the plate outside. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Garner down on strikes, and there's 2 away now in the bottom of the 8th inning.
It just seems like he has not lost anything off any of his pitches as this ball game advances on. Make that 12 strikeouts now for Laukkanen in the ball game.
Unbelievable performance for Josh Laukkanen.
This is where things can get a little dicey, though. 2 outs, and the lineup turns back over. I think he's got maybe 1 or 2 batters left.
First pitch to Gibson. Krasminski's there for a strike. Regardless of the outcome, I agree with you, Noah, because if Krasminski gets on, they may give him Osika, and that'll probably be it. If Krasminski strikes out, I still think he's done for the night.
I agree.
The 0-1. Off the plate, 1-1.
He's got probably 1 more out or 2 more batters, whatever comes first. Either way, it has been a heck of a night for Laukkanen.
The 1-1 pitch. Inside to Krasminski, 2-1. Two and 1 count, 2 away. Krasminski trying to get something going for the Majors with 2 down. Laukkanen working quickly. Breaking ball. Krasminski up the middle. Ranging to his left on it is Gus Wilson. Throw to first is in plenty of time. And we will head to the 9th inning in a tied ball game. It's 2-2 after 8 from Labatt Park.
We are back here at Labatt Memorial Park as this ball game moves along to the 9th. Dylan, there's a lot of zeros up on that board.
There's a lot of zeros.
A lot of donuts on that board.
A lot of donuts. Some would almost say pepperonis.
Pepperonis on the
that board.
Oh, man, now you're making me hungry.
Well, when we're hungry at Labatt Memorial Park, we get through thick and thin pizza to feed us. They are a proud sponsor of Majors TV this year, and we thank them for feeding our Majors TV crew every single game.
That segue got you cracked up there, eh?
It did.
Sometimes, I tell you, it's a little game between us. Who can segue best into a sponsor read or a planned event? It's just what we do here.
That one was a little too ridiculous for even my liking.
It was. off the top of our heads. Moving along, top of the 9th inning here. And it's going to be a first pitch strike to begin things here in the 9th. 2-2 ball game. Sox out hitting the Majors 12-4. A swing and a miss by Tebbett. Henry gets ahead 0-2.
Good pitch sequencing there from Jonathan Henry, generating the swing and a miss there, and quickly ahead of Tebbett. Tebbett, who's done a good job so far in the ball game at the plate.
Bounce that one to the plate. No offer from Tebbett. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Henry trying to get chewed along here by the Majors faithful. Grabs his sign and the 1-2 delivery. Fouled back, got a piece of it to the screen.
Henry did a great job back in the 8th inning, getting through it for the London Majors, thanks in part to some defensive help with a pickoff from DeOlio and then the great play by Starling Joseph out in left field. Trying to get a strikeout here. It would be his first of his outing.
Chopped over to third base. 2 hops, Plaz, bullet across the infield for out number 1.
Great play there by Victor Plaz. That's a tough one on a chopper like that because he's got 2 options, right? He can charge that baseball and try to make an on-the-run throw, or he can wait for a big hop and unload in a hurry. And we saw a couple of weeks ago, I should say, Plaz ran into a little bit of trouble on similar ground balls to that one, and this time he unloads a strike and a great stretch by Cardoso at first.
That one will miss. Off the outside edge, 1-0. And now fouled off 1-1.
Henry working quickly. He's not taking much time between pitches. He knows exactly what he wants to go with, and he's coming right after these hitters. Gurney in the box is 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking. Wasn't very happy with the call his last time up.
Over to shortstop. Picked up by Osika to 1 in time. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the 9th.
Great play there by Tristan Osika. Not hit overly hard, and Gurney's got pretty good speed. The shortstop ranged over to his left, unloaded quickly to Cardoso, and a routine play for the second out.
Due up for the Majors in the bottom of the 9th. It's Osika, Cardoso, Joseph. We'll bring that up because the Red Sox have Aiden Armitage now throwing in the bullpen. First pitch misses off the plate. We did see Norman Coleman Goodman throwing earlier. I don't know if we'll see him and Armitage is another option or if they've switched up the strategy. Maybe it was all depending on what they did here in the top of the 9th. Now 1-1 with 2 outs.
Well, Coleman Goodwin back out there to the bullpen to get loose. So we'll see what the plan is for the Red Sox here.
Swing and a miss. Healthy cut there from Vehab Desai, and it's 1-2. Henry grabs his sign, trying to send this game to the bottom of the 9th, and fouled off at the plate.
Good pitch there from Jonathan Henry. It dove at the very last moment, and Desai was able to get a piece of it. Fouled that off the foot of Eduardo DeOlio. But because that late-breaking movement, Desai had no shot of barreling that pitch up.
To the plate, inside, and that got a piece of him. Desai got that. And he'll take the free base with 2 outs.
Listen,
Didn't get much of him.
No, you never want to see a hit by pitch for your pitcher, particularly in a spot like this, but especially when you have 2 strikes on the batter, right? You can't afford to be losing him. 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 9th inning of a tied game. It's really the worst possible spot to hit a man. So now the Red Sox have a base runner trying to get something going.
We'll bring Jared Lupton to the plate. 1 for 3 today. There's just 2 Red Sox starters who are not in the hit column today. Jared Smith was relieved for Cam Gurney as that one swung on and missed, and Kieran Bowles is 0 for 4. Everybody else has collected a hit so far. 12 of them for the Red Sox. But in an 0-2 hole here in the top of the 9th, runner aboard Desai at first. 2 outs in the inning, trying to send this game to the bottom half of the 9th. Called strike 3 to the bottom of the 9th we go on a punch out by Henry.
Boy, oh boy, Lupton could not believe that call. He's still arguing it as he goes back to the dugout, not very happy. And the Red Sox now trying to hold the Majors off the scoreboard. Lundin with a chance to walk it off in the home half of the 9th. Be interested to see what happens here on the pitching mound for the Brantford Red Sox. I assume we get a pitching change here, Noah. That's my guess, but who is it? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we will wait and see. Aiden Armitage looks like he will come out over the line and get ready to take on the Majors in the bottom half of the 9th inning. 2, 3, 4 due up for London here in the 9th.
Hey there, my name's Will. I'm the owner of Throw London. This is some of the staff that helps us out here from day to day to keep things moving. We have other people that work with us too. They're not here today, and we'd like to thank them for helping us and helping you. If you're not sure what you'd like to throw, an axe or a knife, we can take care of that for you. We throw the axes, knives, we have darts, shovels. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any experience whatsoever. We'll take care of that as well. If you happen to win a league and you have that competitive side, you get your name on this League of Legends wall, which is amazing. If you like to have a cold beverage, we can serve that for you as well. So when you're thinking about doing next event, friends, family, corporation, or just a hangout, come on and think about Throw London.
We are back with a pitching change brought to you by Throw London. Aiden Armitage comes onto the hill in the bottom of the 9th inning here for the Red Sox, Dylan. And the task is simple. Send this game to the 10th.
It is very simple, but easier said than done for Aiden Armitage. The native of Waterloo, Ontario, has pitched in 7 games this season, has an 0-1 record with an .830 earned run average across 8 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 7 walks as well. Got to keep the walks down if he wants to have a successful outing here. Last time he pitched was June 18th against the Guelph Royals, only lasted a third of an inning. Allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 2 batters, did not strike anybody out, and that was the end of his outing. The longest outing he's had this season is 2 2/3 against the Welland Jackfish back on May 24th. We may see the Red Sox look for some length out of Armitage, but that is still to be determined. One step at a time for Ken Lupton, the Red Sox manager, just trying to get this thing to the top of the 10th.
Tristan Osika in for the London Majors here to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. As the first pitch will miss off the outside edge. He will look to try and get aboard. The Majors do have some options, Dylan, if they get a runner aboard and they want to try and upgrade some speed. That one's fouled off, and that one hit Veilleux, who's down.
It has been a tough night for Jeremy Veilleux back there. Got the backswing from Brownlee, now a foul ball that hits him as well. The home plate umpire, Rob Stevenson, going to give him all the time he needs. I don't know where that got him, but he's shaken up.
Just above the shin pads, I'm guessing. Looks like it came down on him. You never envy the job of a catcher.
Osika checking on his former teammate. They were teammates in Hamilton for 2 seasons in 2021 and 2022. Certainly never want to see that, but Veilleux, tough guy. He's staying in the ball game.
1-1. Ripped down the line, but foul.
Armitage took something off of that one, and Tristan Osika was way early on. It hit it hard, but hit it a long ways foul.
Count moves to 1-2 here on Osika, the batter. Armitage delivers outside, 2-2.
Good take there from Tristan Osika. Good pitch from Armitage. Tried to generate the chase from the Majors shortstop, but was unable to do so.
And now Osika wants time at the plate. Armitage grabs the sign he likes. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Went off speed on him. Outside portion of the plate. Osika swings through it. And there's one gone.
Really good off-speed pitch there from Armitage. Osika strikes out for the third time today. Passes a little message over to Caden Cardoso as he walks off the field. Armitage, good pitch sequencing there. Was able to get the chase he wanted in the right spot.
So Caden Cardoso to the plate here for London. Looking to try and get things started here in the bottom of the ninth inning. One and 0 here on Cardoso. And that one will miss as well.
Cardoso on the day, 1 for 3. A single, a ground out, and a strikeout. Trying to at least get on base here for the Majors in the ninth.
Any way aboard, he'll take it, as now the count goes to 3-0. And here come the chants. And a one-out walk has the winning run aboard here in the ninth.
I don't know if Aiden Armitage made the decision to pitch around Cardoso and take his chances with Starling Joseph, who's 0 for 3 because he's a righty, and Cardoso's been so hot this season because you're not really out of the woods whatsoever with Joseph coming up to the plate. But interesting decision there. Was nowhere really close to Cardoso. And Armitage will get a visit from the Red Sox coaching staff here. The crowd chanting leave him in, as they always do when there's a mound visit, but the Red Sox have no choice. Armitage has only faced 2 hitters so far out of his minimum 3. Norman Coleman Goodwin loosening up in the bullpen for the Red Sox in case he's needed.
Well, we saw him back in, what was that, Dylan, the bottom of the 8th inning?
Yep.
And we wondered if it was him we were going to see in the 9th. Not the case. They went with Armitage, and now Armitage, after getting a strikeout for out number 1, is walked on 4 pitches. Caden Cardoso. And now how much of that is strategy, Dylan, we'll never know.
Yeah.
But you've got Cardoso, a lefty, and Joseph DeOlio righties. Maybe you want to try and value that matchup, as the first pitch will miss well outside to Starling Joseph.
Couple of fakes there on that last pitch. Joseph faked a swing. He held up. And Cardoso also faked a jump over at first base, just trying to get the defense thinking about him.
Inside, and it's 6 straight balls from Armitage.
The crowd is loving that, Noah.
This is what they live for. Seven straight and a 3-0 count. Eight straight wide ones, and the winning run moves to second base.
We'll see how short the leash is here for Armitage out there on the mound. There is an arm ready out in the bullpen. He's thrown 8 straight balls, as the crowd will have you know. And out comes Ken Lupton again. A couple of mound visits on 2 straight batters. I would assume this is the end of the night.
Well, he got the strikeout to start the inning. Well, Norman Coleman Goodman will come into the ball game. He needs 2 outs. This is the pitching change, brought to you by Throw London.
Hey there, my name's Will. I'm the owner of Throw London. This is some of the staff that helps us out here from day to day to keep things moving. We have other people that work with this too. They're not here today, and we'd like to thank them for helping us and helping you. If you're not sure what you'd like to throw, an axe or a knife, we can take care of that for you. We throw the axes, knives, we have darts, shovels. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any experience whatsoever. We'll take care of that as well. If you happen to win a league and you have that competitive side, you get your name on this League of Legends wall, which is amazing. If you like to have a cold beverage, we can serve that for you as well. So when you're thinking about doing the next event, friends, family, corporation, or just a hangout, come on and think about Throw London.
We are back here at Labatt Memorial Park. A pitching change in the bottom of the ninth, brought to you by Throw London. London's original knife throwing Norman Coleman Goodwin into the ball game for the Red Sox, and he's got some trouble.
Norman Coleman Goodwin, the native of Queens, New York, comes into the ball game here. 11 games this season, 0-1 record of 5.19 earned run average across 8 2/3 innings. Last time he worked was on Canada Day against the Guelph Royals. Pitched a scoreless frame and struck out a batter. He's got a tough test, 2 on in a big spot.
Fans are going to keep it going here. 8 straight wide ones have put runners at first and second. New arm doesn't matter. They want 9. And a first pitch strike to Eduardo De Olio.
So the streak is broken, but oh well, the fans can still have a good time.
And now I think there was a cross-up on it as VU didn't waste any time in going out and wanting to chat with Coleman Goodwin.
No mound visit charge there to the Red Sox, so they'll take that.
Count stays 0-1 on De Olio. Winning run at second base. Red Sox outfield not going to try and play to cut him down here as this one's lifted in the right. Coming in, the right fielder goes into the dive, and that one's going to roll past him. Into right field, and the ball game is over. De Olio loops one into right field. Into score comes Cardoso, and it's a 3-2 walk-off win for the Majors here on Friday night.
What a ball game. Feels fitting, Noah, that on a day where there were so many bloops and slowly hit ground balls that it is a bloop that ends this contest for the London Majors. Eduardo De Olio gets a big hit to end this ball game off. Bloops one into right field for the walk-off.
What a ball game. You can't ask for much more than that. 5th hit of the night for London. They got out hit 12-5. But the last one wins it for London here on the Eduardo De Olio single.
Majors, they capitalized on their chances tonight. They didn't get many of them. Laukkanen was fantastic out there on the rubber. Eduardo De Olio bloops that single to win the ball game. Tristan Osika had a 2-run home run earlier. It wasn't a ton of opportunities for the Majors, but they were clutch when they had to be.
Well, and we were just talking about the defense for the Red Sox and playing a little deep, and it came back to cost them. We already down at field level. Justin Koehler stands by with our Nuthers player of the game.
So I'm here with Tristan Osika. Tristan, spectacular game today. It's hard to pick just one highlight from today. How would you kind of evaluate today's performance?
I thought I sucked. I struck out 3 times. I mean, I had a hat trick. I was like, thank God he threw me a slider my second at bat, or else I might have had issues. But no, I'm just happy, bro. Happy to be back. I've been hurt, dealing with injuries. Just so happy to be back. That was a good game, too. Good win.
Well, it was definitely impressive, not only just keep getting runs on the board to keep the team alive, but your defense was spectacular. Just how much do you pride yourself on your defensive game here with the Majors?
When I came here, I came as a first baseman, and the first thing I heard is you're going to play the middle. And all I've done is just ground balls, ground balls, ground balls. You don't want to be the guy making the errors at a prime position, when you need a guy to be a guy that time. So I'm just happy I got able to help the team. I'm just lucky they found me, and I got to make some sick plays.
Well, I'm sure everyone in attendance will vouch for just how impressive it was to watch. Not only just great defense, but to end a couple innings on some great plays. And last but not least, the Majors are now 5 for their last 6 games on a bit of a tear. How fun has it been in the dugout during that stretch so far?
It's awesome. These guys are awesome. We got energy. We love to be here. We're fired up, and we're winning a lot. And it's fun. It's fun. I'm fired up for the rest of the year, man. I really am.
Well, it's great to watch. It's been spectacular. Congratulations on today and the performance and the win. And let's send it back up.
Go Majors!
Go Majors! Let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you to Tristan Osika down on field level. You heard it first from him, Dylan. He didn't think he played all that well, but he's deserving of our Others player of the game here for this Friday night. Majors win it 3-2 over the Red Sox.
What a ball game. I mean, what an honest assessment as well from Tristan Osika on his performance. He did strike out 3 times, hit that big home run in the second inning, and was fantastic defensively. He's a fun guy, eh?
Oh, he sure is. Well, you know what? We look into players of the game, and we do it routinely here on Majors TV. Just because you may only have that one hit in the game, I think it was his defense tonight that really put him over the top. There were some plays there where not only did he get Majors out of innings, he possibly saved some runs. And early on, that was key for the Majors pitcher, Victor Payano, to settle in.
Yeah, not only were they flashy plays defensively in the ball game today for Tristan Osika, but they came at very clutch moments. There were times where Payano really needed a couple of outs to get out of an inning, and he got that for his pitcher. He was fantastic in the ball game today defensively, and he came up with the big hit, driving home 2 of the 3 runs in the ball game today for the Majors.
Well, the London Majors are victorious here on Friday night. 3-2 is the final score here from Labatt Memorial Park. Eduardo Deolio hits the walk-off single. Osika's 2-run shot provides the rest of the offense, and Payano and Henry combine for the win on the hill. We are back in action here on Majors TV a week from today, back here on a Friday night, as the London Majors look to continue on a tear. 2 more games this weekend for the Majors on the road. You can catch all those on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in here on Majors TV. From our entire crew, we will see you next time here from London.